Okay, let's start.
Mhm.
So I should change the screen. It should be fine. Yeah, it's changed. Okay. Okay, so first heal. I would say.
Press F11.
Yeah, I did it. I did it.
Okay.
I'm learning Dranzer, don't you worry.
Mhm.
I will be pro streamer in no time. So here, I would say lowest tier. Obviously, you can't take it straight away, but over time it only gets value as you get more and more heroes. And it's unfortunately a hero meta. So, and even if your opponent focuses only one of your heroes, as he should, and not like every hero at the same time, you still get value because you just heal that one hero that will survive. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Lowest tier?
I was gonna
Yes.
say S or top A. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
also, if you go heal, you can go Ithilien Woods, and I don't know if you guys
That's true.
agree with me, but Ithilien Woods is one of the best, next to Tainted Land, probably two of the best lands,
Yeah.
two lands in the
Yeah,
game.
definitely. Next one, rebuild for Gondor.
B, C.
Like
you know.
It's
It's
a rebuild.
alright.
That's it.
exactly, it's a rebuild. It allows you to build a little more aggressive, more greedy at the start with 4 farms, because you have
Yes.
that rebuild. So I don't know, low A tier, high B tier.
Yeah.
B tier,
B.
It's-
Yeah. It's
it's-
yeah, solid, nothing extraordinary.
it's like it doesn't do anything special. Just
Horn of Gondor. So first of all, you can take his always as your first spell, and over the time you still get that value because it's buffs you by the percentage, and because your Gondorian troops are very good, they also benefit more because obviously it's a percentage. So and then leads you to Numenorian engineering. So I would say also low S tier, just like heal, maybe better than heal because you can take it straight away.
I think so. It's on cow that already have high damage. It's very good. On Pin of Gelin. On Swordsman of Lamanon, it's just it works. It just works.
I mean,
It just
swordsmen are ready with almost everything, and when you pop the horn, they just mop the floor with anything else. So,
yeah.
Mhm.
uh,
Plus
Hello.
late game, you put on
Yeah.
trillions.
and so Lone Tower, it's definitely C tier.
No.
I would say C or D. Yeah.
Yes.
It's not that good.
I mean, when we did
What does it
the,
lead to? Is it Rohirrim?
excuse me,
What does it lead to? Rohirrim?
Yes, but same as land because it's the tower is in the left.
yeah, it's on the left.
You're right. I never buy it, so I don't remember.
For a good reason. It's a D tier or C tier. It's low C tier emo.
Yeah, it locks you into taking one power. It's not that. I mean, it's decent at taking up buildings, but you have Numenorian engineering, and you only benefit 25% of bonus armor. So what's the deal with it? Low C tier or D tier? So what is it?
I'd probably say at least C, low C, I guess.
D tier.
Because I mean, I don't know what like the damage output of it actually is, because it does out damage like a regular tower. Like I don't even know.
It has multiple archers, so it's better than normal tower.
You would think so, but yeah, I don't know.
I know the barricade for Mordor is much better than normal tower. So.
I don't know, even with fire arrows, but by the time you have fire arrows, it's the like late game. This the tower doesn't do that much of a difference.
You know what? Screw the Lone Tower, put it into D tier. The more we talk about it, the worse it sounds.
Fair enough.
Like there is no reason to take it. I took it a few times and I kinda got value, but I feel I would get better value if I took anything else. So. If Wood, one of the best terrain spells, as Dranzer said, so somewhere in S tier, probably some mid S tier.
Higher than Horn. It gives you more value.
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's terrain, so you can just move around it, but you can pop it next to the enemy base, and not only you get huge 50% damage plus fear and terror, also you get few Ithilien rangers, and those rangers deal more damage than regular rangers. At the same time, they benefit from that leadership on the terrain, so they get even more damage, and in the end they two-shot everything. So also the funny thing, the summons have barely any line of sight, so those rangers will just hide in the forest when there is no allies around. So your enemy can't focus them down. That's very
Oh,
cool.
fair enough. Yeah.
Numenera engineering, I like it very much in 1v1. You just get it, pop it on the edge of enemy base and destroy at least one farm and maybe barracks.
That's a barracks kill, a farm kill, whatever you want.
Yeah, but unfortunately as the games go on, it gets less and less value. And it can be used defensively. There is no reason to use it defensively. So, but I still think it's like low A tier. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'd put A or high B, something like
Yes,
that.
I would agree that it's worse than land because land is more versatile and always, like I think A tier, low A tier is fine.
Yeah, low A tier. Sworn Allegiance.
Low D tier.
I would say D or C. Yeah.
Why would you spam? You can spend that money on getting a good hero for Gondor, which is necessary.
First of all, to fully benefit from that power, you have to be cash floating. But if you are a good player, you won't be cash floating, and you don't want to cash float, and you don't benefit that much from it anyway. You just get extra armor for your fiefdoms.
Like it's kind of good on Axeman, but that's about it, right?
Can it snowball?
I was gonna say it has like no late game value. That's kind of the problem with it.
It kind of increases the speed also of recruitment of Anorians, so it has.
Yeah, I suppose.
Do you need
But
that?
still.
Do you need that? You know?
No.
In
probably
good
not.
faction.
So Adi, it can snowball well in 1v1s, is good game changer. They get heavy armor. I don't think it's that good of the game
It's only
changer.
20% armor, right? That's it.
Yeah, it's not the
that's
heavy
lower.
armor. It's just a little bit of extra armor. I mean, it's my problem with it. You need to have cash to fully benefit it from it. So
And also, it's like in a bad spot in the spellbook. You have to like.
Yeah,
you
it
can't
locks you
branch
on.
out either. Yeah.
yeah, it locks you on the right
So.
side. So is it better than tower? Maybe.
I would pick tower every fucking time.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
what
I kind of agree. As
I
much
was
as
too
like
harsh
the
for you.
Axeman's
Sit here
armor.
on tower. Sit here on tower. Low sit here on tower. What?
Alright.
Sorry, Adivasi, no way I'm putting Sworn Allegiance next to things like Rebuild and multiple others.
Things that are useful
Yeah, exactly.
all the time.
Rohirrim Summon, you get 3 fully upgraded Rohirrim battalions. Basically can turn the tide, but
I'd say probably low B, maybe, or maybe.
it's B tier.
Yeah.
It's nothing
It's
amazing.
like-
Yeah.
It lets the bad side of the spellbook. It's it's only 3 battalions of elite cat, which isn't terrible, but other summons are similar to it that are better. Other factions.
Also, with Gondor, you probably will have Cav,
Yeah.
right? So, do you need that extra 3 battalions if you have some nice Pinavgelin or Gondor Knights? Like, Woodlandren benefits more because if you go left side and your tier 3 will be Cav, there is high chance you just have military. You have archers, some melee, some pikes, right? You don't have cavalry. So, summon of cavalry is very useful. But
And
for
also
Gondor,
they get a hero as well with theirs.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
leadership and
Yeah.
with spear throw.
He gives XP, share, spear throw.
it's B
so-
tier. It's
I'd say B. Yeah.
Better
It's-
than
it- it
Rebuild.
can't- No,
No.
I put it behind rebuild.
Yeah, you get rebuild very often and you don't go for that summon. Western Winds, so your typical cloud break with movement
Gives
speed.
you some
for-
speed. That's
Yeah.
about the only difference.
Yeah, it's speed
Uh,
instead of heal, so I don't know. Like
I'd put it
15,
probably B. I don't know.
15 minutes of stun is very long, but I don't know. I think I would rate it higher than spoilers than the Erde Sunrises because of the movement speed, so maybe low A tier, or do you guys really want to put it in B tier?
B tier. Because B tier
I'd-
is like, it's alright. It's not overpowered, it's not underpowered. It does what it should do for tier 3. And I think Western Winds is exactly that. It's a tier 3 that is a weather tier 3 and it's completely balanced.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Better than rebuild?
Yes, definitely, yes.
Okay.
Because you
Yeah.
go Western Winds quite often. Like the stun is very useful. Rebuild is, well, if you need it, you go for it.
Okay, something that I very like, but I know most people dislike.
I also like it, but I don't think
my
it's
man.
that good.
My man.
Because Swan Knights are pretty based with Immerhill,
Uh,
but I'd still put in, I don't know, low B or C. I don't know. It can be useful, but
I mean, Swan Knights with Imrahil are probably the best heroic calf in the game. Also, you can
Yeah.
get the Men in Arms, which aren't that bad, but they're basically
nah, they're.
what?
I think they're pretty bad.
Mhm.
But go on.
They deal more damage than Anorians. They come with heavy armor and they have similar HP.
Yeah,
So
it's just they don't get as many leaderships. I think.
and they don't fit as much, which is also an advantage because they
Oh,
have only made
good.
of 2 rows instead of 3 rows like Anorians.
That makes sense.
So I am a bit of the Dolanov enjoyer, but I understand it because also you need to spend the money to get value out of that the tier 3. So
Yeah, literally, it's a tanky tower if you have no money. That's about
yeah,
it.
fortress,
Yeah.
mini fortress.
And also, it gives you if you buy the Banner's Line, another buff, which is something.
I don't want to say about units.
But
Hmm?
I was gonna say B or high C. I don't know.
B. Well, I would put it very high.
I'll let you know.
Definitely above Rohirrim. Above rebuild. I don't know.
No, it's also difficult. Yeah, just because you have to spend the money, I think it is in good position because like you can just pop rebuild and you get value. You get Western Winds, you get value. Eagle Summon, and we have a problem because how do we raid the flyers?
I
Because they're
think
bugged.
you rate it without the bug in mind.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
But I would probably put it. It's kind of one of the bad tier 4s in my opinion. Like what here with the Wind Blast is alright, but I mean if they have no archers, obviously it's amazing. But if they have archers, then
Even if they have archers, they will get easily nuked, in my opinion, by the Eagles.
I guess.
But
in terms of tier 4s, I don't think it's that amazing.
yeah, it's not that
But-
strong.
Yeah, it's a little bit underpowered.
Especially considering Gondor's other tier 4. So.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So
Right, wait.
it's kinda can destroy army. It can't destroy heroes because of the flyer back, and even without flyer back, they don't do that much damage. So maybe they will destroy a few farms, maybe quite a lot of farms to be honest. But I don't know how high C tier. Or low
It's
B
either
tier?
it's either
Yeah.
high C tier or low B tier.
High C tier just because of the king.
The king.
So most likely you are going in Gondor Spellbook through the middle or maybe through the right side. So
Yeah.
you can choose between LSR or Eagle Summon, and it's obviously LSR.
Mm-hmm.
So
Easy S. I think it's an easy S tier. It can change the game, even if you immediately don't get value from it, right? You still
Yeah.
have that juicy leadership, AOE, extra heal on heroes,
with
and-
buff for the
Yes.
armor.
amazing swordmaster ability, and he's so fast that he can nuke heroes. And if you
Yeah.
nuke heroes, it might be GG. Completely game changing tier 4.
So it's like permanent tier 4 that kills army, kills heroes, buff your heroes, can be killed. I mean, it can be killed, but it's very fast, and probably you can support him with Beregond or Forlong. So amazing.
He also comes with those guards who don't fucking die ever.
Yeah,
do
they don't.
everything too.
Hey,
But yeah,
they can solo their heroes.
yeah, that's true.
You also get that 50% armor buff when you summon him, but mostly I think you will summon it behind enemy army, or am I wrong?
Yeah, for the most part, unless you got him stunned already from like Boromir or something. But yeah, I would probably say that. But the 50%'s there. I think if you have him summoned still, if you somehow recharge him again before he dies,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of the point. But yeah, S tier for sure.
We are starting with Rohan, and we're gonna start with Lone Scout. So
Very fucking good. Very fucking good.
Pretty nice.
Yes, amazing for cav harass, amazing for melee harass, amazing for scouting. Can kill a battalion. Can kill 2 battalions of goblins. Has
But-
enough time to trample 2 battalions of goblins, even. For Emo, it's a better horn.
It is
You
better
just-
horn.
you just
it's
have
just a
to
little. You have to
micro.
micro it. Yeah, that's the only
Mhm.
thing. But in theory, it's also better. Well, it's you have to micro, but also it can. Horn can only put on 1 unit, and that unit's probably only going to be able to go one way. Whereas if you have 2 units, you can split the scout up and go farm to farm with him. So I think it's probably S tier, in my opinion.
yeah, exactly. Especially how much pressure Rokan can put straight away with Draft Tower. You get 2 peasants, or you go recruit from 2 farms, and then you get 2 battalions, and it's already problematic for your opponent. But then also you have lone scouts, which allows you to win for those peasants any fight, because they get buffed and the scouts trample. So yeah, I think it's easy S tier. Or
I do
maybe
think the only problem with it is it's kind of on the left side of the spellbook. In my opinion, left side is not as good as the right, but that's my opinion.
you do the rank horn.
I think horn's good, but I like Dranzer and Sawman or even the spear summon
Okay.
personally. But that's me.
Is it low S tier or high tier?
I'd put it, but I put it S for sure.
How would it be? It's a better horn, right? We
Yeah, it's
said.
better.
Yeah, but-
It's better horn, I would say.
Between.
Do you get that much value late? Yeah.
It's it's
Yeah.
35% damage no matter what, so I think it's good no matter what.
Okay. Who invited the budget Canadian? Ayo, devastator.
Budget
Yes.
Canadian.
Yeah, with it's 35% damage, so it's a bit more than the whole.
Nah.
Yeah.
Much more actually.
Draft. Spell from Beef Me One. Do you guys think?
I am not a draft enjoyer.
I still don't think it's that good. I put it low when I made a tier list years ago.
Mhm.
But and people fucking roasted me for it. They're like, how can you put draft so low? It's because I still think they added a, what is it, 15% armor for
Mhm.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, whoop de fucking do.
Interestingly enough, in files, I think it says 13, not 15.
Oh, okay.
On the week it's 15, I believe.
Yeah, it's even in game it says 15, so I have no idea why the value in the files are different from the value in the game. But I think it's my skill issue maybe in reading.
I mean, that can happen. That's happened before. Anyways, but yeah, I would say personally, I'd put it in C or something. I don't think it's very good, especially the meta right now, which is
Mhm.
you don't even make peasants really, except for draft towers.
Oh, okay.
At least I don't. I
Dranzer,
mean, I make
Team
them
games,
sometimes,
team
but
games, right.
team games, yeah, sure. But 1v1s, you do make them, I suppose. But in that case, I think the scout is better, much better for your peasants than draft.
Mm.
It doesn't change. It doesn't buff them that much.
yeah, so it's buffed by 5 damage, which makes it from 40 to 45, and it buffs it by 10 HP, which I think it's 120 to 130.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not that much, but still I am kind of a peasant enjoyer myself, because they are a very good spammable unit, and with
Oh,
that
yeah.
draft they get even better. So
It's map wide too. That's like the only thing I think is good about it's map wide, but I don't think it's that good.
yeah, it gets outclassed by the lone scout.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the last time I picked that in 1v1. It's good, but necessary. Yeah, like scout very good. Yeah, it gets outclassed at Vivasi, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately.
And it all comes into the late game too. Is it's not useful at all late game. So
A low B tier,
C tier.
C
I
tier.
put C.
Nah, man, in lone tower tier.
I think it's just about. I think it's a little more useful in Lone Tower, I suppose.
You know what? From my 1v1 perspective, I would put it in very low B tier, the lowest of the B tier.
Well, that's fair.
All right, I can live with it.
Rebuild for Rohan. I very
Definitely.
rarely take rebuild for Rohan. I don't find it
Yes.
necessary.
It's just a rebuild. I think we put it next to Gondor.
Yeah,
and
I would say
move
same.
on.
Ah.
If it would be rated a little bit higher, I think, once the draft tower will be nerfed, because then you will be forced to make stables. And once you make a stable, you would benefit from the buff from this guy, right? But
From
now
that,
you can win games as Rohan without making a stable, because you can get Rohirrims, and only you need stables if you need Mountain Kingsguards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or yeah, you're making horse archers too, I guess. But who does that?
Yeah.
What's this power even called? The next one.
Master the
Master
Rohirrim.
the Rohirrim.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably put it pretty low. It's not that good. I mean, because right now, you make draft towers if you want Rohirrim. If for some reason you make Yeoman archers, and then you want to turn them into Rohirrim archers with this thing,
it's
uh,
it's funny how you can completely skip stables if you go draft tower and this thing.
yeah,
Mhm.
But like,
don't need.
I don't think it's necessary on your peasants. It gives you Rohirrim with upgrade with forge blades and shields, and if you use it always for Lord King guards, it gives you heavy armor. Same thing with Yeoman archers and Halathirians. Halathirians get heavy armor. I don't see any reason why would you go with it, and it locks
also
you
on the-
into left side.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the maybe that I think that's the main problem, that it locks you into left side. So
Yeah,
Sitier
Sit-
between
I'd
tower
put
and
between-
eagles.
yeah.
Horn of the Westwood.
8 tier below.
I'd say A. yeah.
engineering. It's like we'll usually get value from it. Right?
Dranzer, you put
Yeah.
Horn lower than engineering?
Yeah, I think so. Because if you want to benefit fully from the horn, you need I don't know,
Units.
3-4 battalions in one place, right?
Ah, that's true. That's true.
Someone puts the horn. What you do, you go back. So you need to put it, like perfectly would be next to your opponent base, so you can get value from destroying either units or buildings, right?
But
Same with engineering, right?
But the idea is you have Horn or you have engineering. You just get few more squads into the enemy base, right? And then you pop it. So the engineering doesn't get destroyed, or you get all the benefits from the Horn. It's not like you're... Because you can predict you are going to use Horn because you want to use it, then you can block like in the middle and send everything to the enemy base. But... And it's definitely better late game than engineering. It's kind of a little bit
I
useless
agree.
late game.
Yes.
So it's higher than engineering, but
Yes.
I wouldn't put it into S tier.
No. It's
No, I'd put it where it is. I think that's fine.
Yeah, huge buff, but still it's a Horn. Tier 2.
Now I like this power. I know most
Excuse
people
me.
don't pick it.
May I ask Gondor terrain in S1? Yeah, because you get those busted Ithilien Rangers, and it gives you 50% damage with Fear and Terror.
Fear resistance. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't want the answer about the spellbook powers that we already talked about. So if you want, you can go back on the vote after we are done. So
because it's gonna take a lot.
yeah, it's gonna take a long while. See this? 132. Although it's beautiful. I love it. The stone. What do you guys think?
Niche.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's pretty good. Because I like that you can. What I like to do is I like to stun their pikes with the stun thing, and then you can run over their archers, and they can't defend it. Or you can. It debuffs them as well when they're near it, so you can put it like in a choke point. The stealth I don't think actually fucking works. I've never seen it work.
I just use it anyway on my units.
Yeah,
if it
so
works,
do
it
I.
works. If it doesn't, doesn't. Who cares?
I don't think I've ever seen it work. But and then the summon thing, I don't even know how good that is. I just throw it on something and it does.
Someone is quite good. Stun is a stun. It's debuffs. But I think maybe
And it's permanent as well.
yeah, it's permanent. I don't know. I think I agree with Dranzer is very niche, though it goes to the pig.
That's true.
It goes to the pig.
I
And
would put it
It's in the middle, too.
Between Rohan and Draft. I think it's
Wait,
better
what?
than Draft.
yeah, I also think it's better than Draft, but it's definitely worse than the Rohirrim summon.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oath of Kirion.
I was so hyped.
I
I was so hyped. In
Really?
8.0 for the new Oath of Kiran. I was like, dude, 2 battalion of pikes, 2 battalion of archers, and the hero. And they announced it's only 2 battalion of pikes and the hero. But I was still, hyped because then you get, buff from the stables. But then you don't need stables for Rohan.
Yeah, no stables required.
you don't need. Yeah, speak. Come on.
Yeah, you don't need pike summon to deal with enemy cav because you're Rohan. You probably can deal with them with your cav. You don't. I mean, the best probably thing to do is drop in enemy base while you're harassing, right?
Yeah, that's what I mostly use it for.
But
Same thing.
But Rohan already has a good harass, in the back because you have very good cav.
So as you said, I think everyone uses summons to harass opponents.
Yeah, for the
and
most part.
for the most part, you can also drop it in the way of their cavalry, but
Yeah, you can drop it behind them too, so they can't run away.
yeah,
or
but it
whatever.
can be hit
Yeah.
or miss. But I think it's one of the best summons because you get hero from it.
Yeah, hero. The units are upgraded, or at least they have heavy armor.
Yeah, it always comes to the heroes, so I think it's probably the best tier 2 summon in the game. But still,
Plus-
as the game progresses, you get less and less value.
Yeah,
And it's also in the.
it does lock you on the right side. Not that that's bad, but
You need to go rebuild as well.
Yes, that's the problem. Main problem is rebuild. Pick is fine. Pick is very fine, mighty fine. But rebuild?
Yeah. I'd probably still put it in B though.
Yeah, I'm thinking about B
Yeah.
tier. It's very good, but
I think it's probably better than the statue. Somewhere in there.
yeah,
Oh,
better
okay.
than statue, definitely. You can get so much value from summons, but yeah, fuck. Dranzer, you agree in B tier?
I would put higher than Rohan's summon, maybe. The Rohan summon is good, but comparing to the rest of faction play style, I don't think Rohan that often needs that cav summon. Because you already have decent cav. At least
Yeah.
you should have.
I would just put it higher because I think it's the best tier to summon. And it's really itches me to put it even higher, but I don't think that would be fair compared to the other powers.
You need also look where it's in the tier, in the spellbook.
What is the point of this?
Yeah, it's pretty bad now. It used to be pretty good, I thought.
It used to be pretty good because fucking Rohan was
It used
bullshit.
to stack.
It has worse economy than other factions for some reason, so you had to normalize your economy, so you always get that grand harvest, right?
Yeah.
But now, Rohan, you can get eco buff with your wells without spending any power points, and you need to spend 15 power points for this. So why would
Yeah,
you?
it's like when you have the wells, why would you do it? See,
Yeah.
before you could stack them both, which was good. I mean, maybe it was a little too strong when you stacked them, but you still had to spend all these power points on it.
And it
Where's
locks
Rohan
you
at
into
some-
the ends. So
The ends, yeah.
It's C or D tier. I would
Yeah,
pick Lone
I-
Tower. Then
I'd
the
almost put it in
fucking
D.
Boxus Harvest. I'm sorry.
Selma, what do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably put it in low C or even D. It's pretty bad, pretty useless. Don't really need it.
Because you have to. I mean, you don't have to, but it's you can. Before that, it's Master the Rohirrim, and then it's ends. So why would you?
Yeah, exactly.
It's C
And
tier.
so, yeah.
No tower higher than this. Hey guys.
Yeah. I agree.
Ere the Sun Rises, your normal crowd break with heal.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
heal.
With
the
heal,
goat.
yeah.
That's why he's the goat.
I prefer
That
movement
sounds good.
speeds.
The goat.
I prefer movement speeds. I think it's like Western Winds, but worse.
I think it's Western Reachable better.
Like, why do you need heal when your enemy is stunned and doesn't deal damage?
Because I get more troops. And my heroes heal.
I don't know, when you use it, your enemy dips because his army is stunned. So,
But my heroes, are healing.
yeah, your heroes are Yes, but like, they are not in the danger because the army is stunned and he's probably running away with his heroes because his army is stunned.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe I value heal too much.
Someone.
Yeah, I think it's probably the speed's probably a little more useful most of the time. Heal's nice, but I would probably keep it like that.
Okay, democracy. Okay, a pig. So basically, tier 4 that is in tier 3, in my opinion.
Kinda. I don't like it, like same with the dwarven dragon. You can't control it, so it could just do absolutely nothing. But I think it's still pretty good. I'd probably put an A, but that's my opinion.
Rather.
I don't know. Sometimes I think it's a very bad tier 3. Sometimes I think it's a very good tier 3.
I had a game, I think I was Gondor against Rohan, and Rohan with one pig got level 3 farm, level 2 farm, level 2 barracks, level 1 barracks, and level 1 archery range. How did that happen? I don't even know, but it destroyed everything.
I wish my pig did that.
Excuse me?
So I wish my pig did that.
Nah.
He tries to fight the creeps the whole time.
No.
Avians unit. Fuck that one guy in particular.
The only problem is like you kinda can't use it defensively, so you have to use it offensively, but you can just send one mounted hero in there. And it's still extremely good and what it does, and it can buy you a lot of times, so it's like very high A tier or low S tier.
No, it's too unreliable sometimes to put it in S tier.
think so.
Let's be honest.
That's what I would say.
So
Inconsistent.
Yeah, A is the highest that I can agree.
I put it very high in A. So maybe you can adjust that. Maybe. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Okay, Sawman, do you want to put lower?
I'd probably put it higher than those two. I would say it can literally change the whole game, but also it could not. So I think I think it's fine there.
Gambling in my RTS game. And
Chop them down. They're useless.
so
Last in Mordor catapult upgrade.
Yeah.
like the entire summon gets one-shotted by one fireball from the fortress catapult. Like they die to pikemen. They can't take down upgraded fortress. Maybe they can get few farms. But are you really gonna spend 25 points on the few farms? Really? Especially when you are Rohan, you can already harass pretty well with your heroes and cavalry. So it's pretty goddamn trash. Where do we put it?
I mean, it's pretty okay tier 3 in my opinion. Nothing like, But the tier 3 is pretty good. I don't know why number doesn't, it's 25 instead of 15, but I'm not a math guy. Oh wait, I am. Yes, that's a good place, I think.
I think that's fine.
I would pick
it's crazy to be how bad they are. It's just like if you get it very fast, then it can't obviously you can kill a fort very easily.
Yeah, if your opponent forgets to upgrade his forts, which can happen, but Stormcrow, goddamn.
The more like, hey, here's Legolas. That's got all you need.
Legolas 2 already. I'm on whole fucking army.
So you get this, you stun everyone with Gandalf, you dismount Legolas, you use arrow volley, you kill entire army, you get power points out of it, and when you killed army you can set Aragorn and Gandalf on the horse after their heroes, which basically means you not only kill army, you're most likely going to also kill their heroes. It's somewhere in S tier, but I don't know where.
It's a certified time to make balance report moment.
Yeah. Before they were as useless as Ents, and now they're just crazy strong.
I am noticing a pattern. It goes from very bad to very good, and very bad to very good to very bad.
I
Yeah.
think it's worse than Aragorn. Just
Yeah,
a little bit.
definitely.
Yeah.
But better than Land, right? It's like,
Yeah, I'd say that. It's fine.
Oh boy,
the
Mordor.
downside is that
Yes.
you know you have to micro a little bit, so your enemy has a few seconds, and then they're on horses. So if you don't, you can just go straight to the pies at the beginning if you are not careful.
They will survive. Mordor, Angol Trackers, I think it's the name.
Yeah, Uncle Trackers. It's just a 15-15 debuff, right?
Nah. The cool thing about them, you can pop them between your troops and enemy troops, and those Angol Trackers will tank quite well for your troops.
Yeah,
That's the
especially
one
early
thing.
game. No.
As a tier 1 is good and people will pick it.
It's
but
decent.
The issue is that
Yes.
tier 2s after trackers are very bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's the point.
One is like one you pick when you are just trolling, and the second one you pick when you are trolling, but just a little bit less.
Exactly.
So it's good, but it's like a tier 1 that you picked already when you have tier 4, right? And you
Yeah,
accumulate
yeah.
a few more. Because let's go debuff.
C-tier.
So yes, just because of that. Because on its own, it's very good. But if you compare the rest,
Not
of the
very
stuff,
good, but good. Fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine, yeah.
it's
Another case of the same.
yes. So Horn you are using at the beginning of the game, right? So why Horn
Usually.
of Gondor is good? Because you are buffing already very good units, Pinafgarin and Swordsman and the Chasm of Lamadan. What you are buffing early on with Horn of Mordor. Orcs that are just useless.
Potentially Variags. though.
Yes. But not everyone goes Variags.
No,
right?
I think most people go Orcs or Trolls, which Horn does nothing really for. Late game, I think it's okay because
When you have tier 4.
Yeah, when you have tier 4. Yeah, if you have Easterlings and Varag stuff, it's alright. But
And then leads to abysmal tier 2s, which you already
that
said.
too.
So
Yes.
I think it's worse than Ungol Trackers.
Same.
Yeah.
So
I would say
Here.
that.
Cracks of Doom. So Crack of Doom, contrary to other tier 1s, it goes into one very particularly good tier 2. But what about Cracks of Doom themselves?
Yes.
The
The
Cracks of
spicy
Doom
dry
by-
stuff.
Yeah, that's basically it. But it's on its own. If you're just looking at nothing else on its own, it's probably worse than the other two. But
I like
in
how
my
much time it gives you. By
Yeah, I
sounds fucking
suppose.
nice.
But
It
in
gives-
certain factions, it's really good. But like against like dwarves or something,
Nah,
it's
they won't care.
trash. Yeah, I'd say it's. I mean, looking at it goes into slaves in there, and obviously, I'd put in B. I don't
Ivy.
know. Yeah, something like that.
For me, it's an 8 tier.
Yeah, can buy you so much time. Even in those mid game fights, it's going to get a lot of damage done.
I suppose.
Yeah.
It is just free damage at the end of the day, I suppose.
Gives you time to do like a 4 farm starts, build like a troll cage at the beginning, and get away with that without losing a farm.
It's more it gives you time for 3 farm stroll cage. If you go for farm stroll cage, then you are most likely dead. Maybe not
Okay.
necessary, but it's not going to end well for you. The meme summon.
Quite bad.
D tier next.
Quite bad.
This is like the Nazgul she tells you not to worry about.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. So, you have amazing Nazgul, and the thing is, they were extendable cavalry previously, and now you don't need to extendable cavalry because you have delayfix, so you can just drift around with Nazgul. So, what's the point of this? I don't see any
Yeah,
point
I
of it.
mean, you could harass with them. That's
but
about it.
Do you know how little damage they do to farms?
Yeah, no, it's
And-
terrible.
And they are cavalry, so they have difficult time like clumping and taking down buildings.
Yeah.
You can harass with trolls, Nazgûls, and Mouth of Sauron. You don't need
Yeah,
like
exactly.
extra
Yeah,
battalion
yeah.
of stuff to
Put
harass.
entire squad on the mount and let's go.
Yeah.
Who needs some
Rohan
cavalry?
2.0.
So... Hey man, like Mordor is the second best mounted faction after Rohan.
Who put Rohan inside of my Mordor?
Yeah, exactly. It unlocks units which you are not gonna use also.
That's also true.
Why would you use Cataphracts if you get Nazgûs, and why would you go the Axeman if you can get some, I don't know, let's say Morgul Legion with Gothmonk?
Morgul orcs or black orcs or yeah, no, I'd probably say it's low C or even D. I don't know.
I would pick tower. I would pick half of the fucking tower.
You would pick
And
tower?
just- It's a D tier.
You know what? I think I also would pick Tower, D tier.
It's D tier.
Speaking about towers, another tower.
Slightly better than the other
Yes,
side.
slightly better tower.
It's
It
I don't
does
know.
good building damage for no reason. I don't know why.
So
But-
they are kind of the same. If is there's any difference? I don't know. I don't
think
feel it
there
anyway.
is.
It's
If
still
you're-
25% damage, so the same buff.
Same
Armor.
I think.
Armor also is.
Armor. Why would you pick it? I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
maybe
I
it's
know why
really-
would you pick it.
You want
I would
darkness?
pick it
I don't
because
know.
I already have tier 4 and I need to go another, round in
no,
the
yeah.
spellbook. That's
so. But maybe it has some sense in Mordor Spellbook because, for example, in Gondor you have this which can destroy buildings, but you have this which can destroy buildings much better.
Mhm.
But in Mordor, I don't know. I still don't see a point of it, but I think it's better than Lone Tower of Gondor because
Yeah.
you don't have Numenor and engineering as Mordor. Although you have
and it
trolls.
gives enemy power points. This is also like I think
Is it?
to consider. I think so.
I mean, it is difficult to kill. You have to spend a lot of your troops to destroy it. It can buy you some time, but like, I don't think
No.
it can give you as much value as the tier 2 should.
Mhm.
The worst spell in the game.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Does it affect black orcs? Probably not.
Yeah, it affects barracks in general, so you can spam
Oh.
orcs.
See, I mean,
But like,
I don't.
no, yeah.
I was gonna say I think they are coming still worse, but
Bro.
because this one, I mean, I think it can maybe have a use. It's not. I think it's still really bad. Don't get me wrong, but if you lose, you lose your army, because it's pretty easy to lose a ton of orcs at once.
Mm.
You could easily replenish them with that, because like, unlike other what's it called, recruitment time buff things, orcs are cheap, so you can at least
Mhm.
spam them out.
Yeah, but if you already lost them quite quickly, then probably you lost them to cavalry or something else. So you need
Well, if you lost them
pikemen.
to a spellbook power or something, then
I don't know. I don't see it. I don't think you need to like replenish your orcs that quickly in like mid game.
I suppose.
And like I know, if I go orcs, I go 4 strongholds, so I don't benefit that much from it because I get a lot of recruiting potential anyway. And
Yeah,
if,
you can already spam with barracks.
yeah, and if you want to spam Morgul Legion, then you need money. Then you are cash floating, and if you are cash floating, then you are doing something wrong, or you are just waiting for hero. I
Yeah.
don't see
Okay,
any
yeah.
value for this power. It's like worst.
Same.
All right, fair
It's
enough.
very weird because it's like when you think about it, it's supposed to be like the core of the mechanic of the evil faction in Bifmi in general,
Spam.
right? Spam, yes.
You don't need spellbook power to spam.
Mhm.
Do I
Yeah.
need to tell you? do I need to say anything?
I'm just think higher than Aragorn or
Yes.
lower than Aragorn.
Yes.
Like this is the way
I would say yeah, probably.
For me, I think it's the best like best tier 2 in the game, best spell in the game can get. It's like resources, you always get value from resources because there's a lot of stuff for you to recruit, either heroes, units, or maybe some upgrades. So, and if the opposing faction doesn't have some kind of summon, then probably your Slaves of Noon is going to survive. It also forces your opponent to throw a lot into that Slaves of Noon to deny you value from Slaves of Noon, but it doesn't guarantee that you are going to destroy the farm with Slaves of Noon.
Yeah.
So you just crazy value. It's basically doubles your income.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, when you think about it, it's not just the money that you are getting now from the farm. The farm upgrades faster, right? So when you putting the Slaves of North first, your farm is probably maybe level 2, right? Depends on how fast the game is. It's immediately level 3, so at the end it's gonna produce more resources, and it gives you more command points immediately almost, and gives you the tower.
That's a niche, but you're right.
Yes, but also adds the value. Like Kalia, I have a level 3 farm, like suddenly, right?
And it's got more HP because it's level 3, so it's tougher to destroy. So you may not necessarily destroy it even if you throw a few battalions at it. Next one, Shilob.
Oh no,
I think it's okay.
Oh no, anyway, Atalas.
Yeah, it's not great, but I think it's okay. It's like, you get a stun, you can poison. Well, actually, I don't know how good the poison is on a hero. Probably not that great.
Not that great.
But the stun's okay. She can chase down heroes too with her like little spiders as well. They're not bad. So I'd say I think it's fine personally.
I mean, I think you mainly take it for that poison sting, but it doesn't one-shot anything. The hero needs to be wounded to die from poison sting.
Yeah.
And like, I think you will get more value from just Shilob being there on the battlefield, walking around, trampling stuff, than from the poison sting. But if you just take it to trample some troops or maybe damage one hero, then you can just take, I don't know, Felbeast. Tier 3. And also you have to take one of the bad tier 2s in Mordor Spellbook, so it's...
I was about to say, you have to cripple yourself with either Cuff Summon or a Barricade.
Yeah.
So you're already not... No, it's C tier.
And then you are locked into Eye of Sauron. I don't like Eye of Sauron.
You don't like Eye of Sauron?
I don't like Eye of Sauron. So, somewhere in C tier, what do you guys think?
I put it top of C, yeah.
Top of the C tier, hell yeah.
Dankness.
Mordor Darkness. Again, you have to take very bad tier 2 to get it, so...
That's true.
Correct.
But it is,
it's huge
it's
buff.
a good buff. It's a huge buff. Map wide. And when you have your late game units out, it's crazy.
Yeah, and you can get 2 tier 4s, so...
Yeah, that too.
Better than Shilob.
Definitely. If not for the fact that you have to go Barricade or call the Horde, I would put it higher probably than Western Winds.
Oh,
because
definitely.
It plays nicely with the theme of the faction, because Mordor get crazy buffs, even with like basic orcs. If you think about like orc archers, right? Gothmog, Shagrat, Gothmog ability, Gothmog leadership, Horn, Horde bonus, Beacon from the Fortress, Darkness,
Drama Troll.
Drama Troll, Mouth of Sauron ability. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense to the theme, right?
I think that is it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Felbeast without flyer back, let's say.
I mean, it's alright. Overpowered as fuck in my opinion.
It will destroy the army if you don't have archers. It will destroy the farms. I mean, it will destroy... I think it will destroy 2 farms even if it's in the fortress range. So
yeah. I'd probably put it in B. I think it's okay.
B.
I like to use it on farms as well. And if some archers, come around, I just use the Screech, because probably it's just archers, not some sort of fear resistance.
Yeah.
It would be cool if they didn't totally remove that hero damage the Felbis have, only reduce it by a lot, but still, so they can have that option to go after heroes. Because currently it's either without fireback, it's like heroes, units or buildings, and then you could also add heroes, and you have like 3 types of enemies you can go against with Felbis. But anyway, yeah, someone in B tier, I don't know where, because you know fireback, so it's difficult to tell.
Higher than Dolamr Citadel.
Yeah, definitely. Better than weather? Maybe better than weathers.
I'd probably put above rebuild and leave it at that.
Nah, leave it at that.
Yeah. Because, I mean, yeah, if
You
you're
know what?
comparing
I would
those-
put it higher. Because for the weather, sometimes you have to wait for the right moment, right?
Yeah.
And with the right of wings, you can just, send someone to go behind the fort, behind the buildings, summon it in the back, and have value.
Yeah,
And you're not sitting on your tier 3.
Yeah, you can get value more easily. More easily? Easily.
Easily, yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, I think that's fine then.
Eye of Sauron. I don't like Eye of Sauron, but I heard you like Eye of Sauron. So.
I think it's pretty good. It's like a map-wide stun. I don't even think it matters if you have fear resistance.
Definitely better in team games than 1v1.
Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it buffs your units too, and it's on you can chase down heroes with it. I don't. Is it this patch they got rid of the PowerPoints you get from it? I think
Yeah,
they did.
I mean, they got rid of it, but I don't know. This
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's fine. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, you had to micro it, which sucks. That's kind of the only downside to it. But you can still kill a whole army with it.
Yeah.
Unlike the next tier 4, if all their units aren't in the same area, you can at least move this around to stop the other units.
So my main problem with it is how long you have to wait to kill those goddamn units. If they are like upgraded in like 10 seconds or more. If they are not upgraded, then it's like 5 seconds maybe.
Yeah.
But still, you have to wait to get rid of the units, then you have to micro on the heroes to get value, but you can split the hero. I mean, opponents can split the heroes, so only focus one hero. I don't really like it. A lot of micromanagement, and you don't get that much value. So I would put it somewhere in C tier. What do you guys think? Or am I too harsh?
I mean, you made a fair point about if you're against good player, he would just split, and maybe you will kill 5 battalions, but you'll kill only 2 battalions, right?
I mean, you're gonna kill the entire army, but it will take you time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I'd probably put a low B, I would say.
Yeah, probably.
No,
Well, in team games, it's very good. Some will always fucking come out in team games. Come on.
Yeah.
Tactical nuke incoming. So tier 4 that totally wipes your army can also kill heroes because it takes most of the heroes' HP. So
between Land and Gandalf, right? Right?
I would put
Yeah.
it between Alistar and Gandalf because
Okay.
it does the same, but you just click and it happens.
But you have PowerPoints from.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, fair point. Let's move it here.
And then you can get the draft AO.
Draft player. Isengard, the birds. The moving debuff.
I mean, it's alright.
I'd probably put it slightly above the trackers, but just because you can scale with it. But the main issue with it is that it's the bad side of Spellbook.
Yes.
Like, you know what? In theory, this should be a very good tier 1 and tier 2, the summon. Because when you summon it in the back, you get extra scavenger value. And you kill like 2 farms, which is like better than, for example, almost better than off of Killian in my opinion. Obviously, if enemy has Cav, you're fucked. But in theory, it should be good, but it just the industry is so good. But I still think it's a good debuff.
I mean, it's in better position than this one, I think, than good trackers. You get better powers than the one that comes after Ungor Trackers. Although I think I would rather prefer Ungor Trackers because they can tank for you, and the Crabines, the best they can do is tank archers, I guess, so they can scout.
Fair.
I am fine with leaving it here. I know if you also guys.
Yeah.
I think it's good
Yeah.
there.
War chant for Isengard.
Don't need it.
So, Horn, why would you get it? I don't
Yeah.
understand.
I like it. I am Palantir to industry into Horn and Tainted Landanger instead of going for build me a legion, build me an army, at least in team games. And only once is a different story.
I like vision because you know what your enemy does, so you get straight vision, industry, and if you need, you can divert into Titanland. But I really like the Bedouin army, so I don't see much point of the war chant, especially when you are just sending white men to destroy some farms and can buy torches of them on them.
Yeah, I guess like it's a very good and very strong on already strong Isengard units, but it's just not necessary in the current meta.
I don't know. It feels wrong putting it C tier, but I'm very tempted.
I'd probably put it slightly above the Mordor one, but I don't know.
No, because the better power after it, in my opinion.
Yes.
I guess that's true.
High C
Like,
tier maybe.
Going. I mean, I would put it in B tier, like low B tier, because if you go Worm Chant and Tainted Land, it's still such a good combo. Think about it, it's just not as good as Industry.
Yeah, you try to make big
Yeah.
push, you pop those two abilities, and enemy technically should be fucked.
Yeah.
Rest in Fury. Okay, Palantir.
S tier.
Really?
And not
On
yes.
on its own, I don't like. It's pretty decent. but,
Vision
like,
is very good because it's like
Yes.
rock, paper, scissor game, so countering your opponents early on is very important. And it leads to industry, but I don't know,
yeah,
man.
gives you speed. You know. gives
Yes,
some
you can
speed
kill
too.
heroes if they don't stop start off, obviously. But because you are faster, you can kill it with melee units. You can kill heroes with heroes.
Hmm.
I think it's very good tier.
Okay, you guys are right, so it's lowest tier, right?
I'd say that's fine.
Higher than evil.
Higher than here, come on, you can
Nah, I think it's. I
okay,
think it's
okay.
good right there. I think that's fine.
you can have oh shit situation, you can just pop heal. If you have oh shit situation, you pop Palantir, then it could be too late.
Yeah. True.
Scam from Lockbirds.
Yeah.
Back in my days,
Back in my day, we could summon on top of clumps. It was pretty good.
So you get bunch of orcs that get resources from attacking buildings, which is not that good because they can be trampled and it's covered in meta.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
you get one hero that is kinda anti-hero, like I guess your mini not Shagrat, Gorbak. Your mini
Gorbag, yeah.
I don't know. It's also on the left side, and it have to be put against like industry and other dictated land. So why would you?
Yeah.
It's
Does
You
lock
either-
you too.
Like two ideal scenario would be you either put it in the back on the base and you get scavenger value from killing the farms, but then you don't get value from Gorbak as with his hero damage. And if you put it next to the army, orcs will do mostly nothing because you can just run away, and then you get value from Gorbak, but then you don't get value from scavenger. So it's like it's always you're missing something. Nah, it's whatever, man. It's a C tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, I don't know. It's very difficult.
That's fine.
Lower.
Lower.
Lower. Okay.
Lower than Guayhiren?
Yes. Okay.
I don't mind. To be honest, I don't care that much.
No.
I cannot.
I mean, I care, but there is so much, so many things that can influence the rating. Eco power. Your eco power
Another
versus
one.
the eco power, that's to tell you about.
Another one.
Another one. Fucking summer here.
This is my Ugluk money.
Yeah, exactly.
It is lures or Ugluk money, but goddamn, you have industries.
Like it's good if you're under a lot of pressure.
Definitely.
If your industry farm's gonna die and you can't protect it, then this is obviously better.
But you presume you are going to do well, so you are going right side anyway, and vision provides you already with value because you can counter your enemy. So technically, if you counter your enemy, you are already ahead. So you go industry. I don't know, somewhere here.
But that's the only argument for it is that if you're losing, that's better, I suppose. But
so what you want to do, you want to win and not just think about what you should do when you are losing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think this is S tier for sure.
Absolutely fucking busted. 50-50 plus resources. Come on.
They give you very little resources, but yeah, 50-50 is amazing.
Doesn't matter. There's more money than you would get otherwise.
I would put it lower than the Condor's one because you get Aphelians who have a lot of range, which means they can kinda extend the presence of the terrain on the map, while you only get value while sitting on the tainted lands. Or what do you guys think? Maybe it's better.
I personally like it more than Athelian would, just because of the units you get on the tainted lands. Because you get scouts or the funny the berserkers on that thing, and they just kill literally everything. It doesn't matter.
They have so much damage. Why?
And then because in theory Urs really don't get that many buffs aside from hero. Like they get Lurt's buff and Ugluk. Not that Ugluk's is small or anything, but still. Lurt's buff just gives regular leadership. But then you pop this shit, and it just seems that your guys won't die, and they kill everything.
Yes, exactly.
It's just so I think it's better than Athelian wood.
Dranzer, is it better or worse?
So Aphelian gives you only 50% damage or armor, right?
Damage, and
damage.
these things give you 50-50.
Yeah, and this gives you 50-50.
That's covered.
Both of them are very fucking scary, and both of them are pain in the ass. But I think those Aphelians, man.
No.
You can run away from things and that, but from like in team games, if it puts like in the right spot, you can you are stuck on like kind fields of rune.
Yeah, the thing is in 1v1 are also better because you have Aphelian Rangers. So like Aphelian Rangers really convinced me that it is better than Tainted Lands. Sorry. Are we gonna argue which one is better because which tier one is better or not?
You could also argue that the Mordor one leads into a better tier 3. I mean, potentially. Oh, I know you like your build me an army.
I like my build
me an
army.
army doesn't give you berserkers, so.
Cry me a river, because I already have money from my berserkers.
Another tier 3 that is pure eco.
Money.
And
I like money.
Worse than Bountiful Harvest. Do you need Lumber Mills to win a Zaizen? I think
yes, that is the problem, because you always be having farms, you don't always be having lumber mills. Although technically you should be having lumber mills, the reality is you won't be having lumber
You don't
mills.
need them though, that's the thing.
You don't need them. I mean,
you are getting resources cost of debuff. I mean, you get the wood bonus.
Oh my god.
Cost of structures.
Have your very cheap structures.
15%, which is but 4 of them.
So, farm without inflation level 1 gives you 250 per minute, right?
Yeah.
And the lumber mills give you around 150 per minute and 300 on level 3. So it can be quite substantial eco buff, but still, as we said, tier 3 economy buff Y plus lumber mills Y, so it's like worse than Bountiful Harvest in my opinion.
Yes, agree.
Freezing Rain.
Tier, I think it's so good. It's just map-wide debuff.
Why map debuff with cancelled leadership? Basically, your enemy can't fight.
Yeah, it's like if it did one or the other, I think it'd be fine. But the fact that it does both is so ridiculous. It's just not even fair.
It's not fair to your opponent. If he doesn't have weather, he's fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
So S tier, but I'm not sure where. Somewhere net to terrains,
I
maybe?
think it's better than the scout. Better than I'd say better than terrain, honestly.
Yeah, it's global
Yeah.
debuff, but it's like
Yeah.
tier 3, but maybe should be global debuff.
I'd say that's fine.
Can be
yeah.
countered. Lands. What can be countered more easily in theory? This
Depends.
weather or lands?
But you...
Statistically.
But you can run away from the land. You can't
But-
run away from the rain.
Yeah, but you can buy a tier 3 to, to...
yes, you
But
can
you can also
cancel.
buy it. You can buy a land to cover their land as well.
Not with every faction, but with
Yeah,
every
some-
faction you can buy one.
True.
I know.
Well, if you
I-
put my fucking rights for rotated land, bitch.
I mean, you are almost always guaranteed to have value from freezing rain, while not necessarily always from the land. Although we should use it to get maximal value, but that is not always possible. So,
Also, if you are picking freezing
Rain.
rain, you should know what your enemy is getting, and you should at least try to calculate if it's worthy to go for it. Because if you feel like, okay, in one power point he will get the Earth Sunrise, right?
Yeah.
It's your fault for going for the freezing rain. It's like, oh,
True.
I get the value.
True.
build me an army. So, Dranzer or Sawman.
I mean,
Right.
I think it's okay.
Yeah,
I don't
S tier.
think it's bad. I don't think it's amazing though.
S tier.
Yes,
In 1v1's S tier.
I want
One
one
v ones, okay, fair. It is free units with upgrades, or at least heavy armor. So, at the very least, it gives you upgrade pikes. So, and
So,
they're tanky as fuck.
So, I think you are getting 9 units of upgraded Urukai in total, and that's a
Yeah.
lot of cash. If you combine
Yeah.
it with industry, you are having so much more economy than your opponent. You can just scoot and A-click opponent's base and probably you will win. Because they come with heavy armor, they will win with everything, and Urukai are already very good troops and very cost-efficient troops. So, and yeah, you can get pikemen with heavy armor if you need that. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
It gives you. It's also a thing because currently in 1v1 meta, you don't necessarily want to tech up unless you are Isengard or DG or maybe Mordor. But if you get that, your opponent doesn't tech up, but you suddenly have tier 2 units with heavy armor and they just go through everything your opponent has.
Yeah.
So it's very good. Building is difficult to destroy. Oof. I'm tempted to put it higher than terrain. I know it's
Same.
someone you don't want to, but I know.
I
Dranzer
mean,
will.
that's fine. I'll concede as long as you don't put it above rain. I'm good with that.
I will put it above because it's if you put it in your base, it's hard to counter.
Yeah, it is hard to counter, but you still have to do some micro with your units so they don't get trampled, or you get your pikemen with your swordsman, and all that. While rain, you just click it and you don't care.
Yeah.
This is the anti-building one, right?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
the building one. The
No.
bad one.
The bad one, exactly. So you can destroy the army and then you can follow up to destroy the base with your units, or you don't destroy the army but you damage some
Or-
buildings.
Or don't destroy any building.
You don't destroy any buildings.
You don't struggle with sieging the base as Eisen. 'cause
Oh,
you
yes,
can
you
take
don't.
the units. So
You don't.
You really don't need that, even though it's a good tier 4. Like, okay-ish.
I mean,
a C tier.
I think it's general problem with like tier 4s that are purely anti-building, in my opinion.
Yeah. They're either too good or useless. That's the way it is.
Too good.
Well, there used to be some that were a little too good,
Mm.
but not anymore.
I don't know, man. Summer is C tier. I don't know.
I'd
Yes.
probably put it below Eagles.
Below Eagles.
Probably below. Yeah.
Better
probably-
than Scum.
Yeah, better than Ents.
Better
yeah,
than Ents,
yeah.
surely.
Yeah. At least you can't kill this. You can kill the ants.
Tactical nuke incoming.
But better.
Guys,
Not
but
better because
no,
he
it's the
doesn't.
same now. Yeah.
It's worse.
No.
No, it's worse. What are you talking?
Why?
Is it worse?
Because it deals less damage to heroes, although it slows
Oh
them.
yeah.
It
used to
slows
insta-kill.
them.
Yeah, true. It does slow them.
Dranzer,
Forgot
you
about
can kill heroes or damage them and slow them. So you either kill them or damage them and slow them. You prefer
I
to
would,
kill them.
I would pick slow because then I get power points from killing them.
Oh my god, what a mean max.
that.
I mean, it is better.
I am leaving it here.
Okay, better.
Lorian. Jesus, I hate Lorian.
Mhm.
It's so
Only
bad.
useful on archers.
How do I rate the spellbook of the faction? That absolutely sucks.
A horde only useful, like really useful on archers, right?
The problem is, so you take volley
Early on.
to counter spam, and then you can also take stun to win any fight with your units, right? Because you stun enemy unit and then your swordsmen win. You can chain stun, and why not? And it's kinda the stun, mostly the stun makes Horn obsolete, although the buff is nice because the Loren units have already high stats.
I mean, I like the horn because it goes in the Gifts of Galadriel, but or Gifts of Glory, what the hell it's called.
Yeah, left
Um,
side. Damn, it's such a difficult time of rating Loren powers.
It is hard because the way I play it is not obviously the best way, but no, I think the horn is okay. I'd probably put it in B because it's like it's good on the early units. It's okay in the late game. It leads into a decent tier 2s.
I don't know. I feel like you need to go the right side.
I mean,
of
yeah,
the
most of the
spellbook.
time, I agree.
Because you otherwise you can't keep up. Even if you survive 10 minutes of Lorien, you have to get
Yeah.
that right side. At the beginning it was nice with the new Dranzer and Sawman, but now it's where do you put it?
Better than Oracle.
Better than Tracker. Better than Trackers, worse than Crabine, maybe better than Crabine.
Better than Kraven. I would pick it just for the archers, you know. Because
Okay.
buffing already, buffing you can buff the best units of your faction, right? Which is the archers.
No.
As
S tier.
Easiest, yeah.
S tier. You can stun enemy units to win early fights. You can chain stun with lanterns on trees. Most importantly, the reason you take it, you're gonna stun heroes. If you're
Yeah.
gonna win hero fights, then you're most likely going to win the game.
True.
It's fucking very high. I don't know where. Somewhere in the middle, I would say.
Even better.
Even better
I-
than Cross 9.
Yeah.
Is it better
Yeah,
than
yeah.
LSR? I don't think so.
No.
But here.
Yes. It makes sense.
Yeah, stun that cannot be countered is quite fun, you know.
A lot of things can be countered in this game. I don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Yeah. Just don't clump, dude.
Just
Don't
quit.
clamp. Guys, don't clamp. So speaking about the right side, it goes into the right side of the Spellbook of Lorien, and yeah, it counter spams. It's combos well with the lanterns, and it scales into late game because you get that armor debuff on it.
Yeah. I'd say B,
B.
in the middle somewhere.
Some are better than. It depends on the situation. If you are going
It
against
depends
faction
against the
of
faction too.
yeah, if you are going against spammy faction, then it's like better than this. If you are going against not spammy faction, then it's worse than this.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, I will put it lower than reboots.
Yes, because good enemy will counter them because they will see the volley most of the
Ah,
time.
the problem is with animation, you know, when you move with camera
Yes.
around and you suddenly go back to the volley,
Mhm.
the animation is delayed, so you
Mhm.
can't effectively counter it.
Just have to know when to anticipate it.
Yes, you have to guess, kinda, maybe. You have to look in the moment when it's optimal for the enemy to use that.
Mm-hmm.
Gist of Lorien, it just locks you into the left side and it's
Mhm.
after Horn.
Yeah.
It's very slow. I don't know, man.
I mean, I
Well,
like it for team games, but 1v1s it's probably not that good. Like the buffs on it are okay, but they're not game changing really.
Yeah, that's the problem. They're okay, and you get only one buff at the time. You kinda have to. Not every buff is that good, and you need heroes to benefit from those buffs.
I mean, yeah, there's only like 2 buffs that are actually good. So.
Yeah, Caraborn, Galadier.
And
I don't
Adriel.
agree
I
with.
think Adriel's pretty good.
Yeah, excuse me.
I said Adriel 1's pretty good too.
Yeah, I did this also fine, but like, I don't think it's big deal on Rumiel because you have stun. So why do you slow
No,
when
you
can
don't
stun?
need on him.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's like C tier.
What about the Treebeard one, dude? So
Oh, me. Summer C tier. I don't know where. Worse than Scam.
I would
Or
pick tower.
You would pick tower. I
Mm.
wouldn't pick tower, but
No,
it's better than Ants.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably
Yeah,
put
here.
it above the yeah they're on there. It's fine.
I would rather Master. I think.
Fair enough.
I pick it in team games when I already have tier 4. And I put it on the Celeborn. Like, come on. The Light of Valnor is quite broken on the Galadier with Gift, because instead of like reflecting damage, it does fixed damage. Like to everyone, I think, not even the ones that were attacking her. It's kind of
Oh.
broken. It can one-shot archers, I mean, over the duration, it can one-shot the archers that
Right.
were near Galadier, so it's a good. Sylvan Summon, I mean, it's quite decent summon, but at the same time, Gloria needs other things than that summon, I think.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like it's you might get a farm out of it or something, but that's kind of it. Yeah,
Wrong,
it gives
wrong.
you but it's just I don't know. It's just slightly faster units than you have. That's basically it.
I mean, decent summon that allows you to kinda keep the momentum, but as Lorian, obviously it's difficult because it's terrible faction, so...
They aren't going to turn the tide. I don't think that's the
Mm.
problem. They aren't going to change anything.
This tier list has someone written
Hey,
all over it.
Hey, Mr. fucking British guy.
How bad is that
I
tier
know you
list?
love your towers.
Mm. I don't know, I attempted to put it someone in B, low, BT.
Mm-hmm.
Worse than Rohirrim summon, but even better than that stone or draft or anything.
I suppose.
Yeah. Waters of Nimrod, the thing that allows you to not die as Lorian.
I think it's good. I think
I
it's
also
good.
think it's good.
It's
It's
It's-
life support that you need as Lorian.
yes, it's your hopium.
Your oxygen.
Your
yeah,
hopium.
copium oxygen.
Hopium oxygen.
Uh,
So
um,
10%.
gives you map wide
Yeah.
money, right? So
Yeah. 10% is not that much, but as Rolian, you need that, and it gives you 1 to 2 rebuilds. So it's kinda get 2 spells in 1 spell, but it's tier 2. Anyway, Lorian needs it, so I would put it in low A tier or high B tier. What do you guys think?
Yeah, the rebuild also plays nicely with the theme of the faction, right? To play more defensively, make sure you don't lose your buildings, right? And it lets you make some better units or make some hero, right? With the money.
Yeah, that's on paper,
Yeah.
but you know, on paper is probably everything is balanced. Every faction is balanced.
No, because of the modifiers.
Yeah. The tree. We learned very interesting thing about the tree. Apparently, it can attack while it's in the slumber.
Is it a bug or a feature?
probably a bug. If I had
Okay,
to
dude,
guess.
so we
Nobody
shouldn't,
knows. What does it?
because you know, like the thing we did with the Felbis, right? Because we like rank them without bug, so we should do the similar for the tree.
But we don't know, and I imagine the Age of the Ring devs don't know either. So
Mhm. Since Ethereal uses it on me, and I don't imagine
It's
Ethereal
legal.
Would yeah, it's legal.
Oh, true.
So-
If he does it, it's fine. So
It's
so
right, yeah.
you drop it next to an enemy building, you move a little bit closer, you pop the deep slumber, and you attack the building. Basically, you have guaranteed building kill because the tree is unkillable while in wicked slumber.
Yeah.
It's very good against industry and against, I don't know, spires and any other expensive buildings. I guess Easterling's garrison and other. And other than that, it's also quite useful. You can pop it behind the enemy, and your enemy, of course, when he wants to run, then he's blocked by the tree, so he's gonna lose some troops anyway. And you can just move the tree into him if he doesn't run, and just pop wicked slumber, and it's gonna annihilate his troops. So it's quite good. The only problem, it's slow.
And nice pikes, very fun.
Yeah, that's also the problem. Once the wicked slumber is done, once there is no support for the tree, then it's kinda gone. It's like PTR, I don't know where.
I
think it
put
was
above
on
volley.
pair. I was thinking 8 yet, like on pair with Waters Imagery.
Maybe better, maybe worse. Because it's hard, more difficult to get value out of it, so maybe.
Well, like late game, it also isn't that
Mm.
good. But
Yeah.
it
I
dies
mean,
very easily.
It's still unkillable if you pop the wicked slumber in
Yeah,
a late
that's
game.
true.
So,
You don't get to late game anyway, that's loading.
Yeah,
because
That's
exactly.
true.
you lost.
You either end the game or you're dead. So,
Eagles.
Eagles.
Fell Beast from Wish.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I
Fell
think
beast without Screech.
funny thing is, like you can pop them into in Fog of War, but you can do that with Fell Beasts. It's a feature, not a bug. Yeah, basically Fell Beasts the same damage because they suffer from the same bug, the flyer bug. About their durability, I have no idea. I think they have similar, maybe a bit more tanky, although I may be wrong. So you do the same thing, you just pop it on the army or on the farms, and you maybe get like 2-3 farms. So it's like similar version of the Fell Beast, but worse. And the worse power that leads to that power, and yeah. Because it's like Gift or Sylvan Summon, and then you have Industry on Fell Beast, so... yeah, Erendil, goddamn. What do you guys think?
I don't even remember what all the buffs your heroes, right?
So it's Cloudbreak with a stun, and in debuffs enemy heroes their movement speed and they, I think, attack damage, not armor. Yeah, attack damage, movement speed. Armor?
It's armor on Wiki.
Wiki is outdated. I even edited some of it, but
Okay.
if it's armor, it's better. I'm not sure if it. Most importantly, it's debuffs movement speed, but I don't know if it's armor or damage. Anyway, it's damn pretty good. Better than those two, I think.
Better than those two for sure, yeah.
But is it that better to put it into A tier? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Dranzer?
I think that's fine.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, kinda weather that allows you to kill heroes, so I don't know. Yeah, let's leave it there.
Yeah. So, one of my favorite tier 4s.
Yes, amazing tier 5. Amazing tier 5.
So, stats-wise, it's absolutely busted. The thing is it's a terrain.
Yeah.
So how do you put into tier is a thing that is absolutely busted, but at the same time it's a terrain?
You put it in S
Well,
tier.
considering it covers their whole base, I think you put it in S tier.
Yeah, the same like DeLorean. You are going to be in your base, not in your opponent base. So,
Yeah, that's true.
Laughs and Aldier's teleport.
yeah. Huh.
Ah, there you go.
Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting.
But yeah, it's definitely it's so overpowered. It's not even funny.
In team games, it's busted. In 1v1s, it's very good. It's high S tier.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's better than those.
for sure.
I don't know. It's problem with Florian, so it's difficult to put. I don't know. Let's leave it there, maybe. Huh?
All right. I mean, it probably is better than building an army too, but I'm fine with leaving it there. In best case scenario, anyway. I don't know.
I think you can pop Billman army to get some value, and if you pop the Ring of Adamant in the wrong place, then you're fucked.
Yeah. I
You
suppose.
basically wasted tier 3.
Yeah. Tier 5.
Okay. Mists of Lorien. I'm actually very interested what you guys think.
I mean, I think it's pretty. I think the main power of it is nobody knows it's gone off yet. They just like, oh, my army's gone.
So people probably have an issue because it doesn't one-shot like Fire of Orodrin.
Mhm.
But
yeah.
usually when you are fighting and you have that tier 4, you have your army because you want to make sure it's big army versus big army
Yeah,
when you are
exactly.
dropping the Fire of Orodrin. So you have army, and if you are Lorien, you have archer army. So even if they don't die in the spot, you can use that, you can kill them off. So it still should give you the same value as just nuke.
Yeah, so your enemy is an init. Technically, your army should be next to the enemy. Pop it, and if the enemy unit was in the middle, it's going to die. It's not going to walk out alive unless you have some heals. Also, it's debuffs heroes, not only units but
Yes.
also heroes. And then, as you said, you kind of have follow up with your army, and the enemy is basically dead. It's like nuke, but slow.
Like Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Exactly. There you go.
Someone
Um,
asked here, but I'm not sure. Or am I wrong?
No, I think it's asked for sure. It's really good. Probably below, yeah, Land there. Probably. I think that's probably fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Cast down with walls, another tier 4 that simply destroy the building.
Dog.
It's
It's pretty bad.
It destroys the farms, that's for sure. And it destroys tier 2 buildings, doesn't destroy tier level 3 buildings. I mean, not tier, but level. I don't know, I'm not a fan of tier 4s that destroy buildings. So
Yeah,
I would just
I
put
don't think
it
it's that
here, maybe it's better.
At least it's more consistent than the lightning. That's about it.
Yeah, and it's better to... On the army it's better than the lightning storm.
Yes, yeah.
So you kinda, if you are desperate, you can use it on the army and still get some value.
Yeah.
Rivander Horn. What do you guys think?
I mean, you can buff your bounders that already basically insta kill buildings anyway. So, in late game, buff the elves. So, I mean, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, like your average horn, you get value straight away, you get value as the game progresses. That's pretty good. My only gripe with it is the left side of the Rivander Spellbook. So either go twins, not the fun of, or you go terrain, which is pretty good, but it's terrain. So, and I think you have much better things on the right side. So it's kinda like Isengard Mordor situation, but you have better units, so you get more from it. So it's somewhere in B tier, maybe? Someone?
Probably above drafts.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'd probably say there is fine.
I would
better.
put it...
You could argue better than like the Volley too, but
No.
yeah, I think that works because it's also good on Dunedain as well. It's like you put on Dunedain Cav too and destroy buildings faster and all that.
Okay.
Heal.
Here.
Better than Gondor heal, I guess. But
Is it though?
I think so.
Why?
Because you get you get more. Well, is it more? Probably not more heroes, but you get a lot of heroes still. I know you get Aragorn's Athelas too, but that's just 2 heals for your
Yeah,
faction.
but it's not Spellbook. So...
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I think it is either on par or better than the Gondor one.
I think it's worse than the Gondor one because it doesn't go into Filian Wood.
I mean, that's true.
So yeah, it's here. It allows you to heal not only your army after some big AOE, but also your heroes. And if you win the hero fights, you win the game. So also like the oh shit button. So and it
Yeah.
works.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, because they only. Yeah, I mean, it does go in the med meetings. I mean, it's not the but I guess.
Ah,
Fair enough. I'll
excuse me.
accept that.
For a second, I will
I'll
check
accept
who wrote
that.
to me. Nobody. Update and previews. Nobody.
Dude, so cool.
Okay, I'm back. Palantir, or sorry, Wisdom of the Eldar.
Yeah.
So- Hmm?
I was gonna say it's. I mean, it leads into 2 good tier 2s. That's about. Does it give you speed? I
Yes,
don't remember.
it's the same
Yeah.
as Palantir.
Okay. Okay. So you could argue it's not as good as Palantir because it doesn't give you industry, but it does give you Breeze Manway, many meetings.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
thing
I mean,
is, yeah.
I was gonna say like as Rivendell, you also have a couple different openings as
Mhm,
well,
mhm.
so you can like really kind of counter what they're doing. So I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you get benefit that much in terms of openers as much as with Palantirs? Well, sorry, Palantir of Isengard, but I think it's very similar.
It's pretty much the same thing, yeah.
But it's not industry, although two good tier
Yeah.
2s, so maybe
Yeah.
lower. 50-50 terrain, but it's on the left side.
I think it's still pretty good. I mean, the left side's not that bad. It's still okay.
You have Gandalf, but also you have that weather, which is abysmal.
But yeah, the weather's useless. But
Wait, where is the terrain? It's like
It's-
second
it's-
from
it's
the
in
left, right?
yeah, it's in the corner. Yeah,
Wait, is it max to the left or is it second to the left?
yeah, it's in the max to the left. I'm pretty sure. The twins are in the middle. Yeah, the twin. It goes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
land-
locks you in.
land
It's locks you in.
twins-
Yeah.
Yeah, locks you in. Yeah,
Ah,
land
fuck.
twins. Many meetings and then breeze.
Hmm,
So
Dude, I don't even remember when the last time I went with the left side of the Rivendell spell.
I mean, I do it when I'm against like factions with orcs because I like the twins.
Mm.
But that's just the personal thing. But
So
I think, I mean, stat wise, I mean, the late game technically is better than the other lands, in my opinion,
Mm.
because it affects your elves, and 50-50 on elves is crazy.
yeah, it is crazy
Um,
if you're going to get that.
If you get there, obviously, but because yeah, 50-50, and I think that's all it does, right? It doesn't do anything else.
I would like to say it does Fear and Terror, but I'm not really sure.
I don't remember. I haven't bought it in forever either.
Uh,
It
pro
is. It
game.
is immunity to fear.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, so
because you need to get something extra. Tentinlat gets Scavenger and this thing. Dranzer,
So,
what do you
I-
think?
I think it's a very good. I love going Horn, Land, and Gandalf. I think like Gondor. I was muted. So Rivendell Horn is S tier in my opinion, and Land is probably A tier.
Why a tier if it's so good?
What?
Why is it A tier, not S tier? The lands.
Because it's a terrain.
Ah, yeah, exactly.
but-
It's like you have other terrains there, but I guess.
Yeah, but the other terrains have better abilities.
Nah. I mean, Scavenger is not good, but again, you're just going in with your Uruk-hai, your Berserker, so you're gonna win. You're not gonna go with your Pounders, Brillanders, and Dunedain and just win. So. I... Somewhere over here.
I mean, I suppose I was gonna put it, up in S2, but I mean that's fine as well because I mean you do make a point. Like all their tier 2s, maybe except the twins, are pretty good. So it's kind of hard to pick.
Hmm.
Anyways, yeah, I think that'll work.
Ah, yeah, that would work. It's fine. Twins. I had twins. You basically pay 10 power points, excuse me, and you get nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
you get 2 heroes that don't really do a lot. That's about it.
I think twins are fine because you get that double leadership, damage and
Yeah,
armor.
the
for
leadership
you.
is good. Yes.
And then you get like leadership for your heroes, and the twins themselves are also fine. You know, this your typical elven hero, very fast, very difficult to kill.
Yeah.
But like, let's say your opponent gets industry or some sort of summon off of Kyrion, and he's just gonna get ahead in the eco game. And as Rivender, you already have a lot of stuff that you can buy with your money. You don't need another 2 heroes, right?
Yes.
You can get
don't need
Kildor, Halberat, Aragorn, and Grey Company. So why would you need two heroes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, if it did something else, like I don't even know what it would do, but if
Yeah.
it did something else, it'd probably be okay. But yeah, the fact that it doesn't do anything but them, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm tempted to D tier, but I think better
Mm.
than the summon of Easterlings.
yeah, I'd say that's probably okay right there.
Yeah.
Because yeah, they can. I don't know if they could necessarily change the game, but it's still if they they're just too expensive to get both at the same time, and you want them both at the same time. So.
Yeah.
They were very good when the game was much slower.
And yeah, they were good when they gave themselves double damage and armor too. And they changed that.
Many meetings, very good summon. Somewhere next to off of Kyrion would be fair.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit better, although you don't get hero, you get archers, so maybe you can
I mean,
kill more units with it, right?
You do get more units,
And you
but
get
it also
swordsman.
is a toss up as well, though, of what
Yeah.
you're gonna get.
It's a gamble.
So it's like, oh, you could either get Athelian range or you get these cool basic Woodland Realm archers. It's so fun.
Lorien Miss is a bit too high, you need to combo it with weather if you're against faction that has heal, but good but not S. Even if your opponent has heal, he's stuck in that mist, and you can attack him with your army, and obviously you can combo with Hardy Teleport or with Stun or even with your weather.
Yeah.
But the thing is, your opponent is screwed either way. Also debuff heroes. So in our opinion, we agreed to put it in S tier. It's basically a slow nuke.
That's a better Sauron that you don't have to micro.
Yeah, like the effect, the radius effect is humongous. It's like you can put it on enemy fortress and it will influence the entire base of your opponent. It's so huge.
Yeah.
Manuel, S
I
tier.
hate this power so much. It's stupid.
Yes.
It's basically tier 2 nuke.
Yeah.
Your opponent is going to clamp either way. So
Just don't do it. That's
yeah,
not
just
OP.
don't do it exactly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't care if the units are upgraded or not. It even kills
Doesn't matter how
upgrade.
much leadership they got.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter. If they're on top of the solid little radius, they're dead. That's it.
Yeah,
Also
if-
get your heroes killed because it flings them around.
Nah,
If hits Cav, the Cav's all gonna die because it takes forever for them to get back up and get back into the town.
yeah, it's CC's the heroes, as you said. You can save your heroes. It's like S tier, but I don't know where. Better than Gandalf?
I'd put it below the stun probably, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
yeah.
Gandalf.
I think he's pretty balanced, all things considered.
Yeah, it feels
I know
like
some
it,
people
isn't
don't
it?
like it, but he does lead into not that Tom's bad, but it's not the flood. So I'd probably put it in B. I think it's
For me,
good.
it's at least low A tier.
Yeah.
Stun, heal, army kill.
Stun heal, lot of damage. Kinda have to deal with him. I mean, he can die, but you have to put some effort into killing him.
Yeah, that's true.
You can ignore him. You will get value out of him, right?
Yeah.
So it's like better than Horn and Imran.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Fun fact: did you know he buffs Grey Company and Vets?
Oh,
with this
really?
thing?
How does he buff with
Because he has
range.
that archer damage and range thing.
Oh, it does
And
damage
they're
also.
both, yeah,
It was something range
and he
like
also, but yeah, they're archers technically, so they get buffed too. So,
useless weather.
put
But
it in the, I don't know. Maybe
but
C.
it does play now side bite when it starts. So
It
that's
is a
something.
nice soundbite. It is okay.
That's
you
something.
know.
And D tier, how useless? I don't know.
Between Fuel the
I mean-
Fires and Store Allegiance.
Uh, so it's a weather that heals you, but it's tier 3 that slowly heals you, and I guess you can nullify enemy weather.
Oh, doesn't it buff your orchards too?
Yes, it gives you armor to your
Yes.
orchards, but why? What's the point?
Woo! I think it used to give them resources, but then they changed it to armor. I think that's what it did when they came out. But yeah, then they changed it to armor.
I wouldn't mind resources, it would be fair in my opinion. Of course, depends
Yeah.
how many. The best sound for weather, S tier, hell yeah.
True.
You need to do sound bites tier list. Hall of Fire. I am a bit of the Hall of Fire enjoyer, but I can
I
see
like it.
drawbacks.
It does have drawbacks. Okay. I think it's pretty balanced. I
It
think
feels
it's
like
fine. It's like it's permanent. It's just, I mean, it is a better statue / well. That's kind of all it
Yeah.
is.
It heals. Yeah, go on.
As it, you can summon those, like, whatever, the
Spirits.
ghost, yeah, whatever. Summon that as much as you want. Buff revelers. Yeah, I think it should be in the B. I think it's pretty fine.
So, map tier list 1 with every map. I was thinking about that, but I'm not sure.
Jesus.
Step of
Whatever.
Saraxas D tier. Pinif Galen S tier. So Hall of Fire, this gives you experience, replenishment, heal, armor, what else? Yeah, I think that is it. Someone says Spirit, which can deal quite a lot of damage, especially when an enemy is clamped. And you can kill the Spirit, but you have put a lot of effort into killing it. And the summon of the Spirit is huge. The range is huge, so you can put it in your base and just summon spirits from long range. My only problem with it is quite squishy. I don't know why is it that squishy. I think it should be buffed by a little bit, but overall I think it's fair spellbook power. So summon in B tier. I'm not sure where. Worse than weathers.
Yeah. I'd probably put it above the rebuilds. And then,
Yeah. Tom Bombadil, that's interesting.
I like Tom. I think he's, like, for a tier 4, I think he's pretty balanced. You have to micro him a little bit. But he can still one-shot armies. Like, he's not like, he's got a stun that you cannot counter. So I'd even put him in A, honestly.
Yeah, stun your army, can kill your army, can be problem for heroes. He's a building destroyer also, so he's kinda 3-in-1, you know. But yeah, he requires a bit micro, so like high tier or lowest tier. What do you guys?
I'd put him at the highest, personally.
Highest tier?
Yeah.
Okay. Dranzer?
Yes, A tier is fine.
Fucking broken. It kills
Yeah,
your
it's busted.
army. It kills your heroes. It kills your building. What it doesn't do. It also extinguishes fires.
No, so yes.
So
Radhika Hadras.
it's worse than LSR in my opinion.
Yeah.
But better than everything else.
I'd say it's fine.
You fine with that, Dranzer?
Yeah, I guess.
Dwarven rebuild.
Honestly, I think it's the better of the rebuilds, just because, I mean, I know they're all the same, but on dwarven buildings, you can at least it buys you time to get the stun if you want.
Yeah, exactly. It's combo
So-
as well.
But I would just put it above the other rebuilds.
Surprisingly, I tend to go quite often into rebuild instead of Raven just because of deep delving.
Yeah, that's like I do the same thing. Yeah.
Ravens. So they were very.
They were very useless before,
They
and
were
now
very
they're
useful. Yes.
now I think they're okay. I don't think they're amazing. But
Yes.
they're alright.
It's not as huge as people thought it's going to be when they first saw it.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's very good. You can scout and then you can go back, buff the recruitment speed and get a little bit of extra economy, you know? And I think it's important to get that little bit of extra economy as of dwarves because you are going to send one of your builders to build a forward mine. So you're probably going to have less mine than your opponents.
Yeah.
Low A tier or B tier?
I'd put it in B. I think it's middle and maybe better than rebuild, but that's
Dranzer?
well. Actually, I don't know if it's better than because it leads into not the bad tier twos, but
Situational
Definitely.
tier 2s.
situational. Yes.
Yeah.
Dwarven Horn.
Very good, very nice.
Very
As
good.
kept.
Kind of leads into the bad one of the bad tier twos. Not that goats is that terrible, but
I don't feel that Horn generally get a lot of value this patch. They are good, but not that much value. And yeah, you are buffing your already excellent dwarves, but if your units are already excellent, do you need are buffing them?
that's true.
I mean, the 25% is more than 25%, you know?
Mm,
If you know what I mean.
nah. I am.
The muff is muffing.
I spilled water on my pants, but whatever.
Guys.
It will dry, although I can feel it.
In the water.
Yeah, I can. I can feel it in my pants.
Okay.
Not a fan of the Horn of Erebor because I think you much more need that. You need to survive. You don't necessarily need to kill. You need to survive. So the Ravens and the Rebuild take priority. Maybe somewhere next to Rivendell Horn. Maybe worse than Rivendell Horn.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Because yeah, they don't need it, like you said. They're fine without it. And it leads to goats, but
yeah, I'm not a fan of goats. I know.
Yeah.
Goats, but...
same. I don't really like fully armored filthy either, but that's another thing.
So deep delving, it's not that good, but you have to go with it either way because
You pretty much need it, yes.
because the other ones are situational.
Yeah.
So that is the problem.
I'd still probably put in A tier though. It's like they can't take it away from you, so I think that's the main strength of it. Whereas the other buffs, other than the Rohan one, they can take it away in some way.
I think the main problem is like only 10%, but
It's isn't it 12%?
no, it was
12.
12%. It's 10%.
Oh, never mind.
They were
Okay.
nerfing it and nerfing
back.
it. So everything is now
yeah.
10% unless it's building.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's still pretty good. Like I said, they can't take it away. You're always gonna be making mines anyway. So
Yeah, and because it just gives you resources, you're gonna get some value anyway. It's guaranteed.
exactly, it's always gonna give you something.
Not like other
So.
tier 2s.
No,
Polska Gurum. Hello, Rob. Nice to see you here.
he's alive.
Yes, but I'm hesitant to put it into E tier, so somewhere in B tier. Dranzer, you want to say something?
He's alive.
Deep delving.
I prefer going for bats. I mean, going for. I think,
Ravens.
yeah, and I think ravens are like S tier or A tier, just that good. But I don't know. It's only 10%.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's only 10%, but you are getting some value out of. God damn it! I'm sure myself. It's here. Let's say it's here.
Sure.
Terrain. Terrain that debuffs your enemy. That's interesting. So it's kinda worse because if you have terrain and your enemy leaves your terrain, you can still shoot from your terrain and benefit from debuff. But
Yeah.
but
It's, I mean, it's still pretty good though. Like
It's good.
but it is terrains. But this one is more, you kind of want to use it in a fight, not in their base. Well, I guess you could, but just because you want to drop this on them as they're fighting, not like preemptively do it like the other land and stuff, right?
yeah, but they will just go away and you can catch them because you are dwarves.
Yeah, that's true.
And you
I
don't
wish
really.
it was.
Yeah?
I was gonna say, I wish it was kind of on the other side of the spell book, just because with the mind summon, you could at least knock them up and they couldn't get away. But
I'm not a fan of this, to be fair. Armor, you already do so much damage. Do you need that armor debuff? And it's a terrain, so every faction will have an easier time to run away from that terrain because you are dwarves.
true.
I don't know. Someone is C tier. Like, am I wrong? Low tier.
I'd put low B. It's still like it's still very good. It's like
The problem is with faction, not with power.
if only it's slowed as well, that'd be nice.
That would be
But-
getting pretty strong, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. They don't have to slow a ton, but something.
Fully Amen Filthy, you can get quite a lot of value from it if you manage to clamp some of your units and you don't necessarily have time to clamp a lot of your units. And why it's definitely better than getting heavy armor. Your units still can be simply killed, even if they deal more damage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's changed much. It maybe made it a little better.
I think it's
but-
better, but
Yeah. But it's just like it can be used in the late game now because before the fully unfilthy, like it did nothing because all your elite units come out with heavy army already. Yeah, I think I probably put in C. It's okay, but it's not gonna change the game if a couple of your dwarves have forged blades.
yeah, but I think if you are already doing well as Arebor, which is I don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah,
Sometimes you do. Then you can close the game with it, to be honest.
that's true.
Because
yeah.
if you get few guardians with like some support and forged blades, those buildings are going down in a few seconds. So
True.
I don't know. It feels like it's better off of vengeance, but at the same time, if I have it, compare it to deep delving, maybe you get more resources from it, but you can't allocate those resources because they are already allocated in the weapons.
I'd probably put it below delving then.
Yeah, it's kind of similar in my opinion.
Yeah.
Send in the goats. It
Not a
locks you.
fan.
Yeah, locks you in. Not a fan like as dwarves. Why would you need it?
Yeah. It's
What? It stuns your units. It allows you as
Your
well-
units,
No,
okay.
close the distance. To close the distance between you and your enemy.
I mean,
Plus,
you're
it's amazing fucking tier 3.
tier 3. Okay, Dranzer. I don't know, it locks you in, you kinda need that horn, and I'm not taking horn because I need survivability on my Erebor. It deals a decent damage. Yeah, it CCs the enemy army, but again, I don't think this is what you need on Erebor.
no.
But I would even put it higher than Oath of Vengeance, but...
Yeah, no, I think it's lower personally. I don't think it's that good. But it also leads into the mine, which isn't that good.
You are doing good job of convincing me.
So
Yeah, I'll put it here. Sorry, Dranzer.
It is what it is.
Moria Reclaimed. Cool soundbite. S tier.
great soundbite. S tier soundbite, yes. Unit summon, not that great.
So, It was absolute dog shit, but I think they finally fixed the targeting on those Khazad-dûm vets. And
Okay.
in my opinion, it can be a game changer because they are basically Uzbadur and they can also debuff armor of enemy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, the problem. I mean, it does knock back when you summon it, but the issue with them is that they're fucking slow.
Nah,
So-
that's unfortunately the wolves.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, I think they're fine. At
Yeah,
least in tier better tier 4, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, but they also, surprisingly, they also can destroy enemy buildings, but they can't fort rush as they used to in the past.
Yeah. Well, I remember before too, like you just drop this in the base and they would lose all of their production. Just couldn't stop them.
I don't know, high B tier or low A tier. I would put it. What do you guys think? Am
I think high B, I think, is good.
Better than weathers, in my opinion. Is
Yes,
it better than
yeah.
birds, the big birds? Not
I'd say
really.
so. I don't know. I guess they are less versatile than the birds.
Nah, I would
So-
like the versatility more.
Yeah.
Durin's Day, so Cloudbreak with heal, basically are the sunrises.
Same thing. Yeah.
But I prefer the soundbite and the look of the map during the nighttime than the sunrises, so it's better.
Yeah, true.
I like stun on dwarves because again, it's allows you to fight, close the distance. You know. I think everything that's done is just a little bit better on Erebor because Erebor just needs that, you know.
You convinced me a little bit just to move it more than the Western Winds.
I take that deal.
Yeah, good deal.
Undermine.
Undermine. Very tanky, buffs your units around, serves as a tunnel. Those World Wardens are dangerous.
Gives
Can-
money.
That's can be used rebuild on. It's very useful because you can use it next to enemy base and you can just pump those very difficult to kill dwarven units right into enemy base. And as
Yeah.
you also have difficulties with killing that undermine. I think it's perfect for the dwarves.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. It's just like it's not amazing either.
Yeah,
I think it's okay.
I think it's good, but it's like right side. So
Yeah, the right side's kind of the issue.
there are not that many people who enjoy right side of Erebus Spellbook. So. Any propositions?
I think it should be in B. It's just right in the middle. It's fine. It does what it's supposed to do. As a tier 3, though, it's kind of.
I don't know. I like it more than the Hero Summon. That's for sure.
It is a surprise feature, at least. That's all. Because I mean, you could technically just do the same thing with a stealth Black Ops Dwarven Mine or Dwarven Builder. Same thing. So. I think
Horde.
it is a game changer.
It is a
It's-
game
it's-
changer.
It's not. I mean, it's just here's a shit ton of money, and maybe this dragon will do something.
Yeah, maybe this diamond. If it does something, then it does a lot.
Yes.
It's
'Cause
almost
it's
one
very
shot
hard to
heroes.
kill.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can kill it, but it will kill you before you kill it. So
Most likely.
you don't
yeah.
want to touch it. You know, it's like leper. You don't touch it.
No.
You just bait it into enemy base if you can. That's the problem. It's not on the leash like a pig, but yeah. You take 10k resources, so it's a game changer, maybe dragon, and most likely you are going to take that money. Very rarely your enemy can.
Unless you
Surprise
don't
you.
know what you're doing, you're gonna get the money.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna be. So I think it should be an A. It's not as good as the other tier 4s in my opinion, because it's not like an instant game changer.
I would put it in
but-
lowest, very lowest.
Alright.
No, I think that's fair.
Oh my god, music stopped again, which means we are doing it for 2 hours.
Alright.
Earthquake. Next to it.
Yeah, not slightly better than. I mean, I don't even know if it is better than cast down spells. I don't know the damage.
I have no idea
Right.
either, but
It's basically the same thing.
and it's like tier 4 that destroy buildings. It's not that good.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is that Fairwind? Is it Fairwind?
That's Felwind, yeah.
Esther.
S tier.
S tier,
So-
I would say.
So hero management, you can also help you with units. It's kind of like stun, but a bit worse, a bit more difficult to use.
Does lead into their kind of worst tier 2.
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
Yeah.
So, some also very low S, maybe the lowest S.
I think that's fine.
Frozen Waste, terrain tier 1.
Oh my god, I love Terrain Waste.
It's pretty-
Frozen
it's-
Waste.
it's
I
pretty
fucking
good.
love it, man. It's that shit. The duration is long and the cooldown is short.
Yeah. Basically, when the ends, you can get another one.
Yeah.
So you are
pretty
guaranteed
nice.
to have terrain somewhere. And you're gonna get value even if you use it on like shitty creatures, and you're gonna to get value on the mountain orcs. Although I'm not a fan of terrain on Misty Mountains because Misty Mountains have lots of problems similarly to Lorien, so it's not that good of the faction. In my opinion. And you probably want to rely on trolls because of that, because like the trolls are the only good thing they have. So trolls are not going to benefit from it, but yeah, S tier, but
I put it below maybe heal.
yeah. You know what? Because what it leads to, I'll put it even lower.
Alright.
Because it's what it is. They are coming and Ruin of Angmar, right?
Yeah.
But mobile debuff, but at the same time it leads you to the soup, unfortunately. Or is it
You
Ruin
don't
of
like the
Angmar?
soup? Yeah, it's Ruin of Angmar.
Oh,
yeah.
so that's fine. So it's like it's like mobile debuff, just like Crebines, but at the same time it leads you to the one very bad tier 2 and like okay tier 2. So worse than Crebines in my opinion. Or better than Crebines.
I think probably better than Crebine.
Yeah, I think one spell is totally useless.
Well, Misty Mountains is like one of the factions that I don't mind getting all 3 tier 1s. They're all good. So it's like, I don't know. As Isengard, you don't need as much.
Scavenger, it's max on the left side if I'm not wrong.
Yes, it's in the corner.
So it's the problem with Scavenger is that it locks you into that left side. I'm not a fan of the Wereworm. And the problem with Scavenger is you don't have any idea how much value you will get from it when you pop it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't benefit you in any way in fighting. So
No.
it's
Yeah, the only thing I buy it for is the upgrade stone trolls.
it lasts a long time, and if the
Yes.
game is very fast-paced, then you can get value. But if your opponent can like regain momentum with some good tier 2, like some summon, I know maybe even that Numenorian engineering, whatever, then it's not going to end well for you.
Yeah.
Somewhere in C tier, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Better than gifts.
Yeah. I'd probably put it. I was gonna say I'd probably put it above the scum from Lugbers, but because you can it is map wide. That's kind of the nice thing about it. But
I think if Master Drachem shouldn't be higher.
think so.
Here.
It's all right.
No, not here. Fuck. Here. Fuck. There we go. They are coming, so power that got rework, and it still
Yeah.
sucks.
It's still is it better than before?
I-
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe. I
So,
still think it's quite bad.
so you basically get what?
It's
600
6
resources
battalions.
in goblins.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
600 resources in goblins. It's kinda allow you to get some tempo on your opponent, but at the same time he's going to have cavalry, and you would have to join those goblins with pikes, and probably 2 or 3 even groups of pikemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that great, especially considering it's tier 2, so like goblins are probably becoming obsolete at that point. And yeah, it's again difficult to raid because there's problem with Misty Mountains. Combo with that worm is nice. Yeah, you can use it on the
I
tunnel,
suppose. Yeah.
but when you are already with tier 3s, are those goblins that good?
No. I need to summon it in your base. That's awesome. If you could summon in the enemy, that would be S tier. Like anywhere on the map, that would be B tier, A tier.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of summon into enemy base because you're gonna have some forward tunnel. I mean, not necessarily forward, but very close to enemy base, or at least in the middle of the map.
But yeah, if they just have cav ready, it's useless.
Yeah,
That's the
Lorien
problem.
can have spans or arrow voice. Way too many ways at the
To get
tier
the
2
night
moment.
value.
Yes, to just counter it. Nazgul, cav, arrow volleys, stuns, whatever, you name it.
I would put it the highest of the DT.
No,
Yeah.
lower.
I'd probably put it lower too.
I would
where?
prefer cav.
Cav, okay.
Second worst ever.
Okay. Second. What?
Next to between Sword Legion and Spam from Murder.
I don't mind. Ruin of Agmar, the only decent tier 2 of Misty Mountains. In my
I
opinion.
agree. If you don't go Cav, you can go Cav now. I have a very good Cav with Glowthimble, who is a decent hero.
Yeah, that's the problem. You are not going to get those cavalry for many reasons, and those Death of the Arnor are very nice because they are kinda something between those very expensive mountain orcs and those very cheap goblins, and they level up very quickly.
And the building's nice too.
Building is nice.
It's tanky. It's gets rid of leadership. It's not bad.
Units are nice. So despite it's the only good, I mean decent, it's only not bad tier 2 of Misty Mountains. Then I think despite that it's quite
In
good.
the B somewhere.
Yeah, and somewhere in the B. We're in the B.
Probably above the Lamroth, no? I'd say.
Is it that similar?
Eh. You don't really.
think. I mean, yeah, go on.
I mean, it does lead into the Watcher and their weather, so.
Yeah, that's a fair point, so you can leave it there. White Dwarfs are just better Harbingers. I mean, White Dwarfs are the only cavalry of Misty Mountains.
Yeah, the other Cav is slightly faster ward packs. They're slightly better ward packs. Anyways.
The soup, what the fuck?
Just fix the fucking place when you can spawn it, and it
Yeah.
will be good. It will be very good.
Yeah.
It got over nerfed with the range on the trolls, in my opinion, but the main problem of it, even after nerf, the main issue is with the placement. It's just very difficult to place. If you could fix that, it would be okay-ish, but I think still that the range was over nerfed. So it's low C tier, D tier. That's a stew. And
I'd probably still put it in C. Because when you do get it off, it's not that bad. It's okay.
You can put it next to enemy barracks, but the question is if the trolls are going to have enough range. It was the meta and you
Yeah.
could summon an enemy clamp. Oh my god, I wasn't there.
Yeah, that was fun.
I
And
wasn't
the
born.
trolls were also the trolls could also respawn when you killed them. So,
Oh,
that's
that's perfect. Is it fine here?
yeah, I think that's okay.
Actually, we already done most of it. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Werewolf. I hate the targeting on this thing.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know what it is with it, but it's like, oh, you tell it to attack someone, attack it once, and then it just decides to fuck off.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or it just starting its animation and suddenly cancel its animation. Like, bro, what
Yeah.
are you doing? Are you going to spew that fire or not?
Yeah, you really had to like babysit it if you wanted to kill something. So
It can heal monster. Is it that bad? Are you really going to take that tier 2 to heal your monsters, Adivasi? Maybe in FFA or team games, but like 1v1. If it was perma like Oasis of Harad, then maybe.
yeah, true.
I do when I rush Cold Drake. Jesus Christ. Werewolf. I don't like targeting on this thing. It's after Scavenger or after they are coming.
Yeah, it's on the left side.
Yeah,
so,
it's on the side.
yeah.
They are coming. So you can move it around. It can destroy some buildings. I think it's better for destroying buildings. Oh, thank you for the follow. I think it's better for destroying buildings than for destroying army because of that targeting.
Yeah.
But still, I don't think you get enough value from it as it's tier 3. So somewhere it's C tier.
It also is a tunnel too, so you could technically bring out an army too. So I mean,
or you could dip, I guess.
Yeah, you could dip as well. But
Wor-
yeah, I think high C tier is fine.
Worse than Shiloh for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Better
Light
freezing
winter.
rain?
Is it better? Does it slow? Is that what it does?
No, it reduces armor, damage, nullifies leaderships, and vision. So it's simply
Oh,
better.
slightly better.
So
Okay.
it's just here. Like I don't
Alright,
think if
fair.
we need to commentary on this that
Fair
much.
enough.
Tier 4 is tier 3. Amazing.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Nuke, that is the better than maybe worse than Weathers because you are not getting.
It is, yeah. It does totally depend on your opponent too.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the problem.
yeah.
On
So,
the
I
weather, you
think that's
basically
very
get guaranteed value. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, exactly.
Barrock, someone, come on,
Hmm.
go. What can you tell me about Barrock?
What can I tell you about Balrog? Vanilla Balrog, where was that? That's all I can say.
It's a tier 4 that lost to tier 3 from Rivendell.
Yeah, true.
What do you mean?
Gandalf,
lost
I think, can
Gandalf.
kill it. Yeah,
Oh, not accurate.
more accurate. But I mean, it can kill a whole base.
Mhm.
Very hard to kill for some factions. Some factions, I think, like Rivendell and stuff. I think if they have magic arrows, they kill them really fast. But still, though, he can kill a whole base. It is kind of the unfortunate thing of Misty Mountains. They have two kind of tier 4s that are building killers because. I mean, you can also kill heroes with it, with the whip. So I think he's fine. I kind of wish he was maybe a little better. But in terms of tier 4s, I mean, I don't know. Maybe in the low A's or something. I don't know.
Dranzer, what do you think? Barrock.
Low A is too high.
You think so?
Because B means it's balanced and it's underperforming for me.
Fair
In my
enough.
opinion, it's tier 4.
So you kinda summon him, you have long animations, so your enemy can kinda dip. Even if they are still in range, you have to decide if you whip them or if you use Ignite. Technically you should use Ignite, right?
Yeah.
But if you use Ignite, they're already outside of range, so you have to chase them. That makes this power quite difficult to use like defensively in the field, so you have to use it in the base to force the fight, you know.
Yeah.
But when it's already in the base, it can kill few heroes, destroy quite a lot of buildings. Like Ignite plus Fire Breath can almost one-shot tier 3 barracks, so that's a lot. Then you just use Breath and one auto attack, and it's done. I agree with Dranzer, it's kinda underperforming, so it's like low B tier.
Alright, fair enough. I mean, it is better than the other tier 4, in my opinion. But
Just combo it with the stun. Do you get enough time from the Fellwind?
combo with the stun, okay.
Just combo.
That's the problem with it too, is that it is a tier 4 that you have to micro a lot. That's the problem.
Not Fellwind with Urshak. Still not a fan of Adivasi. Low B
yeah, I
tier.
mean-
We're in B tier.
I mean, you could
Next.
argue it's better than I think.
I would. Yeah, I also would rather use Barrock than the Eye. Just you mess up enemy base really badly, and if he has heroes in his base, then you can whip them. I think you get more value even from those summons.
True.
So anti-building tier 4, that is kinda unreliable.
Very unreliable. So
Yeah.
I love the tier 4 that you can just dodge.
yeah.
So you can use it on army, and there is huge chance your opponent is going to dodge, or you can use it on enemy base. And because the dragon comes from outside of the map, it's very random when he's going to spew his fire and when he's going to damage, right?
I think,
Not
it
a-
is,
yeah.
I think it is based off of where he comes out of, is where your fort is.
Hmm?
It's like it'll come on the opposite side of the map from your fort. I think that's how it works.
Mhm.
So
You can micro it. Okay.
okay, you can.
Why can I just
That's
press
good.
a button and get value?
Yeah, why
S
can't
tier.
I just press the
S
nuke
tier.
button and it kills his whole army?
Holy fuck, S tier.
It's like bad anti-building and better than ants because he can be killed. I mean, technically he can, but you know.
He's gonna spew fire before he gets killed at least.
Guys, I really need to take a break, like 3-5 minutes. So
Okay.
if you wanna talk about something or even shit talk me, then go ahead.
Okay.
Mm,
I'm back.
Hi back.
What were you guys talking about?
A certain player pre-picking with their own rushing Tariel.
yeah, cool stuff.
Just let me check something. One quick.
Oh, Captain Corrigan's in here, dude. Ayo.
Hey yo, Age of the Ring Death on the deck.
So anyway, I love this mod.
So
Gamer salute.
salute.
Okay, we are back. So we are only left with Harad, Woodraram, and Kutolgudur. Okay, Harad. Harad Horn.
Switch the screen. Switch the screen.
I switched.
It's switched.
It's
It's
switched.
switched.
We are fine.
Good on hoods early on, right?
Good Mahoods, good Corsairs. Not really that useful for Rondor guys, but whatever.
Yeah, so like your average horn, good straight away, good later on because percentage and all that.
Mhm.
But it has to rival dry spell, and the thing is, you just take dry spell, press enemy farm, and you got value, you know.
Yeah, true.
Those units with horn can still be outmaneuvered, taken down, trampled with cavalry, I think. So.
Yeah, nothing you can do about dry spell. So, I'd still probably put it in B though, maybe low B.
Be somewhere next to.
Maybe the other horns, yeah.
Where's the other horse? Because you get that horn later on the Nolder Elves, and horn on the already excellent dwarves. I don't think it's that great.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, you have dry spell. So again, dry spell.
Goated in team games. Good in.
Coated in 1v1s even.
Yeah.
This is the easiest here.
I mean, it's all about resources and economy. So if you if you can get more, then if you're at similar skill level as your opponent, you get more resources. You're most likely to win.
It counters industry.
Yeah, very important
True.
in current meta. S tier, I don't know better. Worse than Vision, but better than those two, I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hidden Sentry and not.
I hate this thing.
Dog shit, next.
It's terrible.
Yo, 3 power points?
Free power points.
It gives power points.
It does.
Oh, okay, because it's permanent, right?
Yes.
So
Because
it's
balanced.
so it's also on the right side and leads to the tribal encampment. So, but you don't want tribal encampment.
No.
And you already have Horn, which is, Horn, and then you have Dry Spell, which is excellent because you get value anyway.
See, if you could summon it in the Fog of War, it'd actually be pretty good, I think.
But you couldn't balance it,
No, it would be, yeah. I
Really
mean,
broken. So. Yeah, it's only good to I don't know, maybe finding hidden tunnels of Misty Mountains and dwarves. But other than that, it's pretty terrible.
pretty bad.
Hiding
I'd put it in D.
D,
yeah.
but I don't know where.
Honestly, fucking, I'd maybe above the
Between the
horse,
called the horse.
yeah, but yeah,
Because they are coming. I don't know what this ability is called.
Call to War
Yeah, I think so.
or something, or March to War. That's right.
Anyway,
March to War.
global buff to your stats and nullify debuffs, which is not a big thing, for minutes, if I'm not wrong. It's also buffs your allies in team games. But global buff is also very good in 1v1, so not great, not bad, somewhere in the middle, I would say, pretty balanced.
Yeah, because it does lock you in as well, but
It locks you into the Variax, if I'm not wrong,
Yeah.
so it's not
Yeah.
that bad.
probably better than the horns, no?
Better than the Sylvan summons? It's not better than the summons, maybe better than the Sylvan summons. Windyman
Can be good.
can be good.
Because it's basically sending the goats, but on a faction that can, I think, benefit from it more. Personally.
So technically you have slow dwarves that benefit more from crowd control, but then you have Harad, which is
But
already
they can
kind of
follow it up with
Yeah.
other stuff. That's the thing.
Yes, like another argument, they can follow up better. It's good, it's okay, but are not the fun because there is something better.
Yeah.
So it would be fair near the sand and the goats, but it's because you're gonna pick it so often, then maybe someone in the middle.
Yeah, maybe above Vow. I think that's probably fine.
I don't know. It's really sand and the goats, and comparing those two.
Yeah, they're basically the same
Spellbooks.
thing, right? Yeah. But it does free you up to go for Variags or the weather.
The goat, although
The
the goat is only useful for like 2, maybe 3 summons.
Yeah.
So you get very decent pikemen with like mini hero. Mini hero can tank the fortress, for example, and the pikemen can go for the farms.
Yeah.
Because they are pikemen, they can be trampled, so you suddenly have serious issue in your base, and you have to relegate a lot of resources to get rid of it. But it's a summon, so you are not really getting anything from it, not from killing it. So basically, it's like guaranteed 2 farm kills, maybe 3 farm kills. If your opponent is prepared or he has something in his base, then maybe 1 farm. But anyway, it's fucking very good. Although it's still a summon, so as the game progresses, you get less and less value. It's something like off of Kiron, but because it's in the middle with the spellbook, then it's better.
It's slightly better, yeah. I'd say that's fine. Although the hero doesn't have the ability like the Valkyrian does. Not that the Valkyrian ability does anything.
Yes, because you need stables and you don't build stables as Rohan, because obviously draft tower.
Yeah.
Tribal encampment or tribal camp?
Something
Work?
like that. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever picked this power.
Anyway, it's max on the right side, so you are locking yourself into it, and you are not getting that much. So you are getting tribesman units, but you can have like 3 Haradrim outposts to spam those tribesmen, then I don't see a point. And you can get upgraded, you can get Harondor units, so you're tier 2, but for that you need an upgrade that costs 1,000.
Yeah.
And the problem is you don't want a spearman, because spearmen in general are pretty bad. Spearmen are just there to protect you from cavalry. Then you get Harondor outriders, which are cavalry, but are terrible cavalry, especially considering their price. And then you have the only good thing, you have archers. Harondor's archers.
It does save you from getting a tier 3 barracks, so
yes,
that's about it.
But you will be getting tier 3 barracks anyway, because you want to guards of the serpent, because otherwise you have to rely on the Harondor outriders, which are pretty terrible. So yeah, you're not getting that much, and it's not archer meta in 1v. Of course, team games it's all about archers, but in 1v1s it's more about strong swordsmen supported by strong cavalry. So D tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd probably put it above the Sworn Allegiance, maybe, but
I put a bit higher than next to eco power, because it's kinda eco power, you know.
I guess it does give you units, right?
I mean, you can get quite a lot of resources out of it if you are pumping archers from 2 tribal encampments, but still, it has all the drawbacks we said it has. Variax summon.
Honestly, if they did some kind of building damage, I think they'd probably be pretty good.
I will surprise you. I didn't know that, but they have a lot of building damage.
Oh, I've sent them to kill shit, and they take forever. So I don't know.
They destroy farms very quickly. Maybe not barracks, but farms. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
So when there is no like easy targets for them to ride into it and trample, you can just send them after farms, and you will still get some value.
Yeah.
So it's just excellent cavalry summon that can also kind of destroy the buildings. I think about them as Rohirrims in the sense, and I think I should put
better
them
or
next
worse.
That's a good question.
Because they're basically the same thing.
Because they are a single entity, I think they are better.
Alright.
Like, it's better to have battalions, quote-unquote battalions, that are made of 1 unit than like the battalion that is made of 10 or more units.
Yeah.
Especially considering cavalry, because cavalry has difficult time clumping around buildings. Weather. Cloud break that slows your opponent, damages him, and buffs your movement speed. That's pretty good.
Pretty nice.
I would say it's one of the best cloud breaks, but it's not like the debuff you get from the freezing rain. A tier, I would say.
I think that's fine, yeah. It's not as good as the other ones, but it's better than the stuns.
Somewhere over here, do you agree?
Yeah.
Harrod Oasis. That's an interesting one.
I like the Oasis. I just don't
I
like
like
that
it
it
too.
goes into the tier 4 that gets.
Yeah, it's generally the
Yeah.
problem of some spellbook powers that they lock you into something.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it is nice, especially when you have your Numenorians out. It's just healing them, and you can buff them, and it heals your heroes, heals your Mumax.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean, it's
yeah.
most importantly heals your other monsters than Mumax.
Yes, yeah.
Because if you're gonna use Mumax, then you're probably going for that tier 2 Mahut Gathering. No, for that. I think Mumax heal on tier 2 Mahut Gatherings.
You might be right. I'm not
I
sure.
don't know, I don't care, and it doesn't change anything, to be honest.
Well, I more meant like the actual like heal button it gets. It heals the Mumax. So you
Excuse
can
me?
like heal them whether like on the Oasis you have the button you can press to heal your stuff.
Yeah, it heals Mumax.
Yeah, but this one I mean you can heal them mid charge is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
then they can survive a lot longer.
Sure, I mean, that is the cheese that Elve does in
Yeah.
team games. Catch a bunch of Mumax, pop Oasis in the middle of the charge, and then pop the
Yeah.
heal. Also, the problem with Mumak is they are useless when they are not upgraded, but they are pretty broken when they are upgraded. So,
Right.
until that changes, I am not going to be interested in Mumax in 1v1s. So,
but
it's a yeah. Go on.
I was gonna say I think it's probably somewhat on par with what's it called, the Rivendell one. It's pretty similar anyway, because it is a forward well that you can put wherever. It's pretty tanky, and heals your heroes and whatnot.
So yeah, it's basically Fortress Well because it replenishes quite quickly and heals quite quickly. You have that button with heal and armor buff. It's quite tanky. I don't know why it's so tanky, and I don't know why Halo Fire is so squishy.
Well, I remember when Harad came out, it had like 1,000 HP or something.
Oh really?
Yeah, and then they changed it in whatever patch to make it tankier.
I feel it's a bit too strong. It's not too strong, too tanky. You know what?
Yeah, probably too tanky. I agree. At least they should make the Hall of Fire and that somewhat similar. Anyway, tankiness wise, but yeah, I think they're about the same, honestly.
It gives you less, I would say, but it's more tanky, so it kind of gives you more because it survives, right?
Yeah, but also replenishes your stuff.
You pop it under your base, your enemy kinda can't push into you because you have Fortress Well, basically.
Yeah.
So he can't kill you. Also, when you can pop it under enemy base, and you have the foothold into enemy base. You can just sit under it, and you can fight under it. But your enemies don't want to take that fight, but he needs to because it's in your base, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, kinda next to it, maybe better, I would say.
Maybe better. It could go either way, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Nuke. Nuke that doesn't do much to heroes. So it's like one of the worst nukes of tier 4 nukes.
Yeah.
Black Meteor.
It's I mean it's kind of better than Balrog. I kill him. I get well even. That,
I don't think I think it's worse than Balrog. I'll be honest.
You think so?
It's not as tanky. It actually can die in enemy base.
It does have the stun. It has the stomp.
Well, Balrog also has stun.
Oh no, yeah, true. That way uses it, but it does have it. You're right.
The thing is, okay, I will let you finish.
I was gonna say it does also buff your other Mumax. Not that really matters in 1v1s, but I do like that it has that ability that comes back really fast, where it just does a chunk of damage to a building. But yeah, that's pretty much. I think it's okay. I don't think it's terrible, but it's not great either.
So I think it's better when it comes to destroying army, although you don't want to focus army with it, because you can just stun enemy and do the stomp, and the stomp is quicker than the fire breath of the Balrog, because
True.
when you're not gonna destroy army with Barlock, you're gonna use Fire Breath, obviously. You don't have anything else.
Yeah.
Other than that, you have Whip, which has very long range, and well, it can whip enemy heroes really hard. When you are on Ignite, it two-shot heroes. And the what is it called? The charge on the Mumak, you know which ability.
Yeah.
It's one shots I think every hero in the game, but you have to approach that hero to use that
Yeah,
charge.
to be close to it.
Yeah, so. And when it comes to like building killing potential, I think still Fire Breath, Whip, auto attack combo is better than the Stomp charge auto attack combo of Black Matriarch.
Right.
But it's more vulnerable to the arrows from structures in my opinion.
It does die. Yes, you're right.
So it's kind of next to him, but it's worse. I would put her even lower, but maybe just for reference we should put her here.
They're very similar anyway.
Yeah, they're very similar, but Baroque is better.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Woodriram.
The best fun faction. So
Yeah.
fun.
Horn.
Horn. Don't really need it, but
But it's a horn.
it's a horn.
So you have amazing stats on your Sylvans, which means you benefit very much from horn, as it's possible by a percentage. Of course, it's horns, you can take it straight away, and it scales well into late game because horn percentage. Problem is, it has to compete with other tier 1s of Woodrem.
Yeah.
So, and those tier 1s go into something better than horn goes, in my opinion. So,
Well, to a point. But
yeah.
you could argue the tree has the worse options, but still though, it's they don't really have a bad power, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't have. They have only one bad power. They have a king decree.
Yeah.
Like everything is at least okay.
Exactly.
Horn.
I'd probably put it, I don't know, above the Erebor one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hidden Sentry. So basically, Palantir that can shoot and kill, can
Yes.
XD builders, can easily dispatch some tier 1 spam units like what is it,
Goblins
Wendlings.
and orcs or wildlings, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just better Palantir. Well, I don't know about better than Palantir because it does late game. It is just for scouting and maybe a lucky build or kill. But
Yeah, it's really first off in late game. You're right, but
Yeah.
it's absolutely huge in early game.
exactly.
You can use it defensively if you want, although you have trees for playing defensively, and of course you use it offensively. And as Wooden Ram, you don't get access to cavalry and pikemen straight away, so that vision is huge for Wooden Ram, absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Even if the vision for Wooden Ram didn't have the sentries, it'd still be huge. But it's for some reason has sentries that can XD and kill units, so it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, as you said, its scales very poorly into late game, but it's super strong in the early game, so I'm not sure.
You can maybe put above the Palantir then. I don't know. I don't know if it needs to be that high.
Yeah,
But-
maybe you're right.
It should be in line with the others, the other, or at least somewhat close to the other visions.
Goddamn tree.
Used to be
S
dog
tier.
shit.
Yeah.
S tier.
S tier.
Add a
Another-
debuff to it and watch it be stupid.
Yeah, one of tier 2s that kills your heroes.
Tier 2s.
Tier 1s, and then it buffs your army. I mean, debuffs the enemy and buys you more time if you want to go for the greedy start. It's just everything that you fucking want from
Yeah.
tier 1.
Yeah, basically, as Dranzer said, you can go with more greedy starts as Wooden Ram because you have tree and you have Faradeers, so you can CC the enemy, you can debuff the enemy, most importantly, it works on heroes. So basically, it's like Stone from Lorien, but better.
You just have to, you know,
Yeah,
be
it's
good. It is a skill issue at some point. But
in League of Legends, it's called skill shot because you actually have
Yeah.
to use skill to hit.
Yeah.
Thing.
true.
Yeah, it debuffs the enemy, it CCs heroes and units, buys you time, it creates mist so your Sylvans can hide in it, and for some reason, the tree itself works as obstacle in line of sight for your enemy, but not for you.
Oh, fun time.
So even when the mist doesn't conceal the Sylvans, your archers often have to reposition to attack the units next to the tree because the tree obscures the vision of your archers, but not the Sylvan archers.
Ah.
So it's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 different powers in one. It's better than Stun on Lorien.
You think it's better than Stone? Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna put it right under it, but
Nah,
it's-
no.
It could go either
Why?
way, I think.
It does the same.
Because
But better.
it does the same, but it's hard to use. So I don't know.
No, you just
Well, a
press
little
it
bit.
and it pop-ups immediately.
Well, somewhat. There is a little delay. But anyways, I think that's fine too. I mean, it could go either way. In my one or the other. Teleport, OP, no.
Evan King Road.
Used to be really OP. I think it's still OP, but not as crazy.
I think it's still very decent, but the problem is we have much better things on the right side.
That's the thing. There's much better things to have,
Mhm.
but this will save your heroes, save whatever you want.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like Age of the Ring right now is, I mean, as always, it's been about heroes. So having that ability to save your heroes is huge. The question is, are you going to loot those heroes as Woodrealm because you are going to have advantage over your enemy because you are, well, Woodrealm, the best faction in the game. So I would say safely I would put it somewhere in B tier.
I was gonna say at least A, just because you could also base rush somebody with it still. Just saying, you
But
could.
not with boring berserkers.
Not with Bjornings,
Not-
unfortunately. They took that out of the game.
Where would you put it, someone?
I'd probably put below the Hjorn, maybe. I don't know.
I'm very tempted to put it somewhere in B tier and somewhere in middle or maybe lower B tier.
It also does come back pretty quick with teleport.
Mm.
So.
How often? 2 minutes?
Something like that.
Yeah, you're gonna disagree.
But yeah, it's still teleports.
Save your heroes, that is important.
Yeah.
Elven King's Patience. So, slowing your enemy into the hold is faction that gets very good archers, it's very beneficial. But you kinda not getting that many archers in 1v1s because it's mainly swordsman cavalry meta. But it's still good, you know, it just outperformed by other tier 2.
Yes.
Somewhere in A tier, would you say?
Yeah, because like it's very strong late game as well if it gets to that point, because it also debuffs the armor too, right? Something like that. So it slows, debuffs armor. You just shoot them; they can't get away.
Lose leadership.
They lose leadership.
Because
yeah.
I think it's the only source of unified leadership on Woodrealm.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty good. Not as good early game, but pretty strong late game.
Ranking Fist. S tier,
could-
but where?
Is, I'd put it maybe above the lands. The lands.
Dranzer, Ranking Fist.
Higher than that, definitely.
Yeah, it's higher than lands, but is it like somewhere here or here?
It's better than Breath of Mana, in my opinion.
Not much.
Yeah, it may be between Breath of Manwë and Lorien Stone.
I would put in between Burn of Manwë and Gandalf. Although maybe. The problem is with just point and click with Manwë, and you're getting value. And you're getting value even to late game, because as we said, Manwë one-shots even upgraded units with leadership. And Iron King Fist is amazing. It's something between Horn and terrain, but that is mobile, you know. So on Horn basically expires on units that are dead, not a surprise, and terrain can be evaded, but tree can be everywhere, and it can provide leadership buff for your new units that are coming in. And it's general quite hefty buff because it's 33, right? And it also heals. So it's kind of support ability versus I don't know, attack ability.
Yeah.
But I think I would place it higher just for that, because you can utilize it more over the time. It lasts very, very long, too long.
True, and the fact that I can instantly teleport to somewhere else is also a problem, I think.
I mean, it
There
has like 2 seconds cooldown, I think.
Yeah, there should be I think there should be somewhat of a cooldown on it.
Yeah, like, I don't know, at least 10 seconds.
Something like that.
Let me check something. Sorry guys, for a second. Okay, never mind. We are back. Elven King Decree. So it's War Scavenger basically, because it lasts only for 1 minute and not for 150 seconds. And it provides you with experience instead of discounts, but discounts as experience doesn't matter that much.
No.
Like, really everything is better when it comes to Woodrun tier 2s.
Yes, it's a better scavenger than the Goblin one.
Why?
Because you have more opportunity, in my opinion, as a Woodlander to kill units, because you are the one who is picking the fights.
You are in
You have to
general the
stop.
best faction in the game. So you're gonna kill stuff. I don't know. The 1 minute duration is very short. Considering how strong Woodrunner is, I would make it, I don't know, maybe 90 seconds. I know, I would put it next to Scavenger. What do you think, someone?
Yeah, I think it's worse than Scavenger.
Dranzer? You think it's better?
I think it's better just because the faction just can utilize it better.
Oh, you know what? You can combo it with Hail of Arrows. I haven't done that in ages.
Oh, true. You could do that.
Yeah, I haven't done it in ages. Maybe in some team game it's time for Elven King Decree. I don't know. Dranzer is right, maybe it's better because you are Woodrunner, but at the same time you have much better options as Woodrunner to pick. And as Misty Mountains you kinda have everything is meh and one thing is okay. So
Yeah.
I will put it here. Better Rohirrim Summon because you get hero with leadership, with experience, and hero management potential.
We also talk about it, like it's a better. I think it's better for Woodlander to have cast summon than Mondo.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I would place it. Goddamn, I don't know where. Maybe low A tier.
A tier for sure.
Better than tree.
Better than the tree.
Better than the old man wizard.
Better than Gandalf. I don't know about
that. I think Gandalf is going to get killed before he can dish out damage. I mean, he can be, but not necessarily, because you usually don't want to focus Gandalf, but still.
Yeah.
And he's dismounted, while the hero, the Fram, and his riders are mounted. So you can, even if enemy have some pikemen, you can kinda ignore that and go for the eco. So there's just more things to do with the cavalry summon than the Gandalf summon.
Yeah.
Amazing weather.
Amazing with the
But-
candles.
better than those two in my opinion.
You think so? Hmm.
Yeah.
Doesn't nullify leadership though, does it? I don't
No,
know.
so it reduces vision. I think it reduces the range of archers. Doesn't matter much. Might
Yeah.
matter. And it's massive minus 40% attack damage.
Hmm.
And I don't know, outrate higher those 40 minus 40% attack damage than that 25. What's 25 or 25 20? Plus
I
95
don't know.
leadership.
I would probably put under the rain and the snow personally, just because if you think about it, it gives you minus 40% damage, but it doesn't take away the leadership, so they could still make that up in their leaderships. So it's not actually taking away 40%, right?
Hmm.
But like the snow and the rain, it takes away leaderships and damage, so they don't
And
get
armor.
anything, and armor. So I think you should go below the other weathers.
Dranzer, what do you think?
No, I mean, I think the spot is fine. It's a very good fucking weather.
Nah. And you are like in 1v1 you are not always going to benefit from leadership because you're gonna be splitting your units and stuff, so maybe that raw 40% damage is better.
Yeah.
It's tier 4, that is in
Tier
tier 3.
4, yeah.
Where is... Yeah, it's next to Watcher, but is it better Watcher?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's
It's a
better.
bigger area than Watcher.
Yeah, bigger area, doesn't CC your own units, so you can just do the follow-up. It can be countered with heal, but at the same time not every faction has heal, so...
Yeah.
I think the better radius and the fact that you can do the follow-up sells it better than the Watcher. Horn. I wasn't the fan of Horn of Rome, but now I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I mean, I always liked it. It's just like both their tier 4s are kind of meh in my opinion. Like they're good, but they're not like, oh, this will win me the game based purely off of this. But I mean, Hero Rome, you know, the trampled units thing's pretty cool. The damage and armor's cool. Does it do anything else? I don't think so.
So armor for your cavalry, trample for everyone, debuff for enemy, including heroes, recharge abilities.
Okay. Didn't know it debuffed heroes too.
I didn't know that either. That's why I'm going to place it in high tier.
I would put it in A tier as well.
So basically you pop it onto enemy and enemy can't fight, but because you get bonus movement speed and you can trample opponents, so you can just go into enemy army and absolutely destroy it. Because it's also debuffing heroes, you are going to kill heroes. Basically slow nuke if you have your own army, right?
Yeah. If you don't have an army, this is pretty bad.
It's like next to Bombadil, I think. Maybe better.
I'd put it lower than Bombadil.
Yeah.
Bombadil's a guarantee you're gonna kill shit.
Yeah, if you don't have army, you can just pop it and maybe it will save you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think we kill the army. I don't think it's better. You can save your army with heal against Watcher. You can't. Yeah, like this is what we told. Like Watcher is guaranteed army kill later on. You can still heal against arrow volley between volleys, but not every faction gets heal. And I think the larger radius and no CC sells it better than the Watcher.
True.
I mean, they are very close. If you told me that Watcher is better than Hail of Arrows, I wouldn't say you are wrong. This stack, I'm also like stack, but I like it less since I know that Horn debuffs heroes.
This one's even like worse if you don't have an army.
Nah.
So,
But when you have army, you can simply...
when you have army, yeah, just stand next to it and watch nothing die. So
Yeah, nothing dies. You have extra experience for your units and heroes. Yeah, it's...
I'd still put it in A tier though.
No. Better than Horn, worse than Nimrodil. Maybe worse than Great Wizards.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, okay, only DG left. Whew.
This is another faction that doesn't have a bad powers. Well,
No.
most didn't have bad powers. Other than that one. Okay, we don't talk about that one.
The worst for the last.
Yes.
Carnage.
A or S, I think. It's like just better horn. Because you're using horn to fucking kill a farm most of the time.
Yeah, that is
Kill
true.
a farm faster.
So your Broken Rubble already deals ridiculous damage because it is 50 damage, which is equal to that of the Guardian or Clansman. And then you buff it by 75%, then you add aggressive stance, those farms basically melt. And then you probably get level 2 on your Broken Rubble and you snowball out of control. Of course, your opponent can get cavalry and counter everything. So
Even on spiders, Carnage is crazy.
yeah,
so.
exactly. You can
So-
even pop it on spiders. So it's quite universal because one you can use it on Broken Rubble. If it's not Broken Rubble, then it's spiders. And if you pop it on spiders, you can easily take down buildings. And spiders are supposed to deal okay with buildings because they have scalar, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand why they decided to give spiders like amazing damage and then put scalar buildings. Why it's not better to give them like okay damage and give them extra scalar against cavalry?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know
They're a
either.
Weird unit. Yeah.
Someone in A tier, I don't know.
Yeah, probably above Horn of the Westfold. I
Yeah,
think.
worse than a pig.
Something like that.
I like pig.
Uh,
Don't follow
I
the
love
lights.
this stun. It's so good sometimes. Well, sometimes it's really good. But it's also a good scout as well.
Yeah, Dranzer taught me to like this power.
Yes,
That's-
I
yeah.
mean, I can make a
I've
whole
only
fucking
ever
story
picked this
about how
thing.
good it is.
I've only ever picked this power. It's like,
Dranzer, make a story how good it is.
yeah.
How
No,
good
I
is
did
that
it.
tier 1?
Okay, so you can do easily a 4 farm start. Wait, because I'm doing something in the meantime.
Roll my dice.
Yeah, tier 1 stun, right? Then it's debuffs the vision, debuffs the speed, so you can start that, stuff with Woodland Realm when you're just slowing everyone with Dol Guldur. What else? It gives you the time to go like tier 3. I mean, for farm start, right?
Mhm.
It's just everything that you want. It's the first gear of that amazing engine of
Gearbox
that
of
fucking
DG.
slows everything.
Yeah, gear 1, Chill of the Grave, or Don't Follow the Lights. Gear 2, Karga Slow.
Yes, it's
Gear 3
work.
would be Work Summon. Gear 4 would be, I
gift.
don't know, Crimpool Summon into your clump and you can fucking move and you die. And so it's like next to Faradir Summon of Uberladir. Not Uberladir. Is it
Mhm.
better?
I think it's definitely better in the late game.
Mm.
For sure.
Yeah, you get some value also. Maybe
Stun
for
is
that
stun.
scaling potential, we should make it
Yeah.
better. Chill of the Grave, so
Slow.
you kinda have one slow, and then you have second slow. So why do you take the second slow? But second slow goes into certain tier 2, that's extremely good. So even if you don't go for the lights, I think that slow is decent and it scales well into the late game because you can slow the opponent and then you close gap with Kargast and you just melt the enemy because DG Death Clamp in late game, mid game, late game. Someone in 8 tier.
I'd probably put close to cracks. Something like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar.
Yeah. I mean, cracks are that high because of the industry, but at the same
Yeah.
time, something
At
is
least,
coming.
yeah.
Something
yeah.
is coming.
All their tier 2s are so goated. They're all good.
Except the dice roll. Oh fuck.
That can be good. Can be.
When it works, it works.
When it works, it really works.
It's good.
And
Of course, it's good. Forest of Fear. So it's counters decay. It fears the enemy or terrors him. It terrors the enemy, and it spawns those annoying spiders which can trample your opponent.
Yeah.
It's generally quite good terrain.
I
Not
think it
as
stealths your stuff too, doesn't it?
I mean, your units can stealth and
In trees, but it summons trees, right? So
it's
So.
not as good, but it's like 8 tier somewhere.
I'd put it in A tier, yeah.
Maybe low
Probably
8 tier,
better than
lowest.
Yeah, whatever.
Better than
I could put it better than the tree.
Yeah,
probably.
better than 3. Dranzer's one of the favorite tier 2s.
It's just a debuff land.
Nobody see that debuff. It's how good
Yeah,
is
that's
that
true.
debuff?
That's true. Nobody can see it. But this is a pretty good debuff.
Second
plus-
best after the Udrelem 3, to be honest. What do you mean, Adivasi? Which part? Yeah, go on.
Second best tree.
I don't know which one. I wasn't looking.
Terrain. What, the spider one?
Really? That good?
I mean, I like it, but I don't know if I like it that much. Oh, the buff.
I like it too, but like it can be as better than Firenwood or Tainted Lands. Enemy can stack on those spiders. Yes, they can be stacked, but like it still lacks enough value, even if you get those spiders. Spiders are fine, but if you do it on enemy clump, it's deadly, but you have a lot of tools to do the same, for example with Crimple Summon. So I don't want to rate one power that high just because you can do the same thing with other things that are not spellbook powers. Spell of Concealment, Dranzer.
How good is that tier 2?
Yes, King.
Nobody sees that. Nobody. I think we talk. Sorry, I think we already talked about it.
Yeah, nobody can see it. It's
Yeah.
25 and 25, right?
Nullify Leadership. Although
Nullify
only for
Leadership.
1 minute, but it's like for one fight, enemy gets huge debuff. So
Yeah.
the only problem is, I think it's not that great in that late early game and early mid game or mid game. I feel
True.
like it. I think it gets better value with like second or
there's
third
a-
use.
Yeah, as longer the game goes on, it's more useful. Yeah. But I'd still put an A or S even.
A better than the Dunedain one, I feel like.
Alright.
If it works, it works.
If it works, S plus. If it doesn't work, D. So
Let me take average of that.
If it works, it's A tier, maybe low S.
what? You telling me this thing that could kill a whole army by itself? If it works.
It's not necessarily gonna kill an entire army, but it can kill a lot
Kill
of
a
army.
lot. Oh.
God damn it! If it works, it works. Somewhere
You can put it in B just because
I
it
put
doesn't
it
work all the time.
in the lowest of B because you don't want to take dice rolls.
I love to roll my dice. I think it works. The way to consistently do it is if they're standing still. If they're moving, it's not going to work. So, and don't use it on archers.
God damn! How good is that tier 2? Yes, King.
How good is the tier 3 it goes into? Not great.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
But I think the span of Karkaroff is that good that it doesn't matter if it goes into the Wither. So Oh, that the best spell in the game. You can just make a draw by using if you're losing. Yeah, it crashes the game. You are
It
right.
crashes the
Adios.
game. Exactly.
It's like
He's
in
on my
chess.
side.
It's like in chess when you propose a draw.
Yeah, propose a draw. I just have my king left. Draw.
Nah.
Bad host.
Okay. So Spawn of Karkaroff is amazing. Why is it amazing? Well, it spawns 2 battalion of works and the black matriarch. Does black work? It doesn't matter. Anyway, they are not for trample. They are for killing heroes, and they kill heroes extremely well. When the hero is trying to run from Spawn of Karkaroff, they basically die in 1-2 seconds. If they try to fight, they kinda also die. But Spawn of Karkaroff is tanky enough to buy you enough time to just do some kind of follow-up on those heroes. So what I'm trying to say, Spawn is basically guaranteed hero kill, or maybe even more hero kills. It depends how your opponent behaves and or many other things. It probably can get from 1 to even 3 hero kills, and maybe can destroy a farm. It's quite amazing. The heroes are the name of the game, and if you can get those 1 or 2 heroes early on when you get tier 2, then you basically won.
Yeah.
They scale poorly into the late game, but if you win early, then well, why would you bother? Since if you win early, then you don't have to bother about late game. Undead Monstrosity. I have very mixed feeling about him, but it's not bad.
I mean, he can't get a hero kill. That's the main thing, right? So.
The main problem is the animation when he is getting summoned, because it gives you enough time to react for your opponent. I mean, it's good that gives your opponent time to do some sort of counterplay, but I think it's giving it too much time.
If only every spell was like that, you know?
Yeah. It'd be cool if it was getting like some movement speeds at the beginning of the from the spawning, you know.
Yeah.
It spawns and they get, I don't know, 10% more movement speed for, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds, maybe less. Very hit or miss, but still it's difficult to kill when it's like mid game. It can be killed quite easily by archers in late game. It has a cripple, which is huge, which basically means that TG has 2 cripples. And even if you don't get value on hero, then you can just send it into blob of enemy units and to just catch the units, kill some units. Yeah. It says good splash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is it. It's like, okay.
Honestly, top of B, I think is pretty good. It pretty much guarantees you a hero kill.
No, it's not guarantees you because enemy is gonna dip his heroes when he's gonna see the animation.
I mean, I suppose, but you can also like slow him, like with the million slows you have, you know. I don't know. I think he's still pretty good.
I would put it here because the fire beasts and eagles have more versatility.
I suppose.
Darkness.
Better dankness.
Better darkness because it's in better spellbook. So
yes, and also better powers lead to it than other spellbooks. But yes. I'd put it highest. Well, not highest here, but like in the middle somewhere, I think.
So DG is already scary because the units have very high stats because they don't get upgrades, but they also get very hefty modifiers from heroes. So you just pop darkness, and if you do a push, if you have occasion to do one decisive push, you basically won the game. The darkness most likely.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd put it mid somewhere, even behind freezing rain. You could put.
What do you think, Dranzer?
Same. I don't know. I think it's better because how scary Dol Guldur is. But is it because Dol Guldur is scary or because that power is scary? I think it's because Dol Guldur is scary.
Yeah. Wither, which is one of the like 2 bad powers.
Yeah, it's not great.
So you're locked to the right side on tier 2 you get Works, which are amazing, but on tier 4 you get Bane of the Greenwood, which is abysmal. And you get this thing, it doesn't guarantee any building kills, it doesn't even kill level 3 farms. I think it kills level 2 farms. Yeah, but doesn't kill level 3 farms. So I don't see a point, and DG has a lot of building damage, so we can just walk in and destroy your base just as easily.
Yeah, it doesn't do much. So I you can put it low C or even D, I think.
Yeah, I'm very tempted to put it in D. Dranzer, what do you think?
Same as Sawman.
D.
Mhm.
Where in D?
I think fuck.
But
I think it's probably better than
Okay.
Devastation now.
yeah. Nuke that
Big
kills
nuke.
hero, army, and moves. Pretty good.
Pretty nice. Pretty. It's also instant, so you know, pretty great.
I think I would still rather have Orudrin.
Think. I mean, I guess they're all basically the same fucking thing. But yeah, I don't know. This one can kill heroes though.
Yeah, but Orduin also can kill hero.
But does Ordrin spawn a bunch of whites? That's the
They
question.
block you.
They block stuff, you know.
I just saw you put sentry tower that low. Tsuk, tsuk. It is what it is, Adivasi. Do you think I wouldn't like to put most of the powers in like B and A
It'd be great
tier?
if they were all B, you know. They can't all be though.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe few S tier, like mostly B and A tier, few C tier.
See, that'd be ideal.
Even
that's
if the
not the
devs
case.
played the game, I don't think it would be possible.
No.
I don't know, Dranzer, Give of the Necromancer, better than Orduin or worse?
Better.
Better, but Orduin is instant. And Give takes time to kill heroes.
Give is almost instant as well. I
Okay.
don't know. I mean, I think it's better. The Vries are also good.
I just realized the Stormcrow is better than nukes. It is better than nukes.
Well, it is better than nuke because it is a nuke and also does other things.
Yeah, exactly. Elk can counter Give.
Oh, Elk can counter everything technically, or most things.
Yeah, but is countered by Iron Hero Crossbowman, which kill it. And I imagine Huskars also, because they totally ignore armor. The best for the last.
Woo!
No, seriously, it's D tier.
Yeah, no, it is. It's terrible.
It's D tier, but we're in D tier.
Fuck.
It's maybe the
It's
best.
that, I think it's. I don't know. It might be worse than Wither, to be honest. I don't know.
S++,
Because, like,
Adivasi.
Because at least Wither, it's you can't stop it. Whereas this thing's so easy to kill. It's, so I don't know.
So, this thing is tier 4 is easy to kill. When it appears, it knockbacks enemy all around, so you can do the follow-up on the army with the mini oathbreakers, right?
Yeah.
So it kinda can't kill the army unless you have those oathbreakers. It can't kill the heroes because first of all it deals very little damage to heroes. Secondly, it knocks them back by miles. So probably the summon is going to expire before any hero is killed. So that leaves you with buildings, and you basically have one guaranteed building kill with the ability. If you can bug it, then maybe you can get 2 buildings. Because it was supposed to be only used on 1 building, but you can somehow do it that you can use it on 2 buildings if you are lucky enough. And after that, maybe you can get 1 or 2 farms.
Yeah. No, it's just. I don't know what they were thinking with that one.
What do you mean? It is balanced tier 2.
True, balanced.
Adivasi. I will be honest, if Bane of the Greenwood was tier 3, I don't even think I would go for it. Maybe sometimes I would go for that kind of the Greenwood tier 3, but not always. it would still be pretty meh. It is over.
It is done. It is done.
Behold.
I mean, at least a lot of them are in B. A lot of them are in S though. So,
Dranzer, gonna take one final look and see if something stands off. Stands out.
Okay. Mm. I think it's fine.
yeah, you switch one thing there, one thing around, but it doesn't really matter. It's all pretty close, I think.
Which one?
It's
Tell
not
me.
that. Well, I still think fucking. What's the Woodland Realm weather is worse than the rain, but
Oh, yeah.
that's just me.
That's just you.
Dragon tier 4 is a hot take for me, but the list is that decent. You don't the Dragon tier 4. Oh, he likes the
The
Fire
Misty
Strike.
Mountains.
yeah, fire.
Hey
Strike,
man, Adivasi
But-
like drakes, whether it's
True.
Fire Drake or Quad Drake, he likes them all.
yeah. He likes Drake the rapper as well, probably.
Hey man, apparently drakes for Adivasi are like girls, he likes them all the colors.
Damn.
Yeah, I think nothing to add, nothing to change. I mean, you could
No.
change it a little bit, but you know,
It's all
is so-
pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty good, I think.
it's so much stuff in Age of the Ring.
Yeah, exactly.
We did a pretty decent job. We did the offline tier list of Spellbook very long ago with Dranzer, but I don't know if you want to compare it. I don't want to be bothered. Uh, So, as I did with, I think as I did with any tier list we did on stream, I will post the tier list on the community news in Age of the Ring, so everyone can do the tier list themselves, because this is updated. The previous ones were outdated. I did those myself, the new ones. And yeah, I think thank you everyone for watching. Thank you Sawman and Dranzer. Mostly Sawman, because Dranzer, you know.
I lost stamina in the second half, man.
Yeah. And it took us how long? I think less than 3 hours.
3 hours, something like that.
So yeah, next one will probably be the factions tier list in competitive 1v1.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I have no idea when I will do those. Maybe next week.
Your
But
heroic tier list too.
Excuse me?
Heroic unit. Do that too.
no, we already did the units tier list. I don't think we should bother.
I know. I know you already did that. All right, fair enough.
So, yeah.
Cool.
The 1v1 tier list I will be mostly doing alone for the obvious reasons. But if you wanna join me at something, then that would be also cool.
All right.
Okay, so thank you for watching, guys. Thank you Adivasi for the interactions, and see ya.
See ya.